Yes, sir. In the building. First place.
Mouthpiece included.
TATN, TATN, TATN.
Better got your
Real.
TATN, TATN, TATN.
Mouthpiece included.
TATN, TATN, TATN.
Better got your real.
TATN,
TATN, TATN.
Mouthpiece included.
TATN,
TATN, TATN. Better got your real. TATN, TATN, TATN.
Mouthpiece included.
TATN, TATN, TATN. Better got your real. TATN, TATN, TATN. Welcome to Mouthpiece Included. This is the pod where we speak on Spolitricks. That's a fusion of spots and polytricks and everything in between, found within the collapsible superposition. God, the universe, is a superposition. And we're all the little nanoparticles creating the observation and the collapse. The Bears have always been a franchise steeped in history, passion, resilience out there. As the dust settles from the 2025 NFL draft, fans are buzzing. I'm buzzing about the team's picks and how they'll shape our roster moving forward. Thank you, Karen. Today's episode dives deep into the strategy behind the Bears' draft decisions, from identifying areas of need to letting the board talk to me. I was letting the board talk to me. The efforts to build a competitive team around Captain Caleb, aka Hottopics Williams, will break down the most talked about selections, the team's overall performance in that draft, and implications for the depth chart in the upcoming season. But before we get there, we must honor the legacy of Steve Mongo McMichael, an unforgettable Bears legend, solid dog. He was a man who sadly transitioned. Known for his toughness on the field and magnetic personality off it, Mongo embodied what it meant to be a Bear. Okay. Don't know what was in his heart. Don't particularly care because he was a man. Okay. We'll reflect on his incredible contributions to football, his larger-than-life persona, and the indelible mark he left on the game. And our beloved Chicago Bear fans finally will explore the intersection of sports and society, diving into the recent allegations surrounding Uncle Shannon Sharp and how they resonate within broader conversations about accountability, celebrity, extortion, and media narratives. Through the lens of sports and polytricks, Spolitricks will analyze how these issues shape not just the games we love, but this realm we live in. The panel's open, links pinned in the chat. So stand down, stand back, stand by, or pull up. Yeah. But if you do pull up, don't forget to bring your mouthpiece. The views expressed in today's pod are those of the host and guests and are not necessarily reflective of TATN or any affiliates. So y'all go ahead, grab your mouthpiece. Remember that link's pinned in the chat. Click it to pull up. Let's go ahead and get it going. Let's get it going. All right, to the co-host, perennial dad of the year, last place White Sox fan. I mean, that team sucks balls.
It's a youth movement over here on the south side.
They need to bring Ozzie Guillen back. I'll listen to him mumble. He'll fit right in. I'll give him a penthouse suite included in his package to live in O Block. You know what I mean? And let him hang out with the mumble rappers. I get him in the lab with Lil Durk once, free Lil Durk.
Ozzy's there every damn game. Well, you know, he's commentating after every game. He was, he's not that far away. Yeah.
All right, man. I want to let's just jump this off, bro. We got a lot to unpack. Rest in peace, Mongo, there, fella, huh?
Yeah, man. A tough week for the Bears family to lose a monumental figure, even though he has been dealing with this ALS for a number of years. Steve Mongo McMichael, a integral part of the '85 Chicago Bear defensive line, and you know, I don't know if they make football players like that anymore.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
From what you know about Mongo?
Yeah, I don't know what's in his heart.
Well, okay. Let's suppose some hot shot, you know, generational quarterback, you know, sunny Southern California, pulled up in the locker room when Mongo was in his prime. Yeah, he's got the lip cream on his lips. You know what I mean? He's painting the fingernails. Paint a picture of what Mongo. He was a meme. Maybe how Mongo would have handled that situation. A true captain, the Chicago Bears legend.
Yeah, but look at here, boy. I don't know what the hell you got going on in Southern California. This Chicago, we're here to play some football. And I don't care how you take me calling you a boy, but around here, we some men. And we don't do that stuff around here. We're here to win some damn football games.
Football games.
Yeah.
Get in the playbook. Well done. We've got a quick video we want to run. It was posted by the Chicago Bears, man, in honor of Mongo, because I never got any sense that, you know, that he was a pink person. I always got the sense that, but I don't know. He did the wrestling, so that's why we don't know what was in his heart. the WWKKF, you know. But let's go ahead and honor Mongo, man.
I'm pretty sure Mongo was a good dude.
He seems like he was a great spirit, and he's free.
He's just a Texas cat, so you know.
Oh boy! All right,
Yeah.
Here we go. All right, here we go. Oh boy, Texas. Huh?
What you do in life speaks eternal, baby. And I am so glad to be a Chicago Bear and part of you guys' history. It's an honor and a privilege.
You know, anybody that ascends to that level of play, you know, Hall of Fame level, it's a God's gift.
Steve McMichael, 76, was there first to
That's
polish
a
him
male.
off.
Look how they can put their body.
Everybody wants to be Jack.
See how they can put their body on a quarterback and slam him into the ground.
Yeah. Make him realize he's out there playing a football game.
Yeah, all these hot shot quarterbacks. You can't put your pressure, your body, your 400 pounds on them.
You can't blow on him.
Yeah.
Michael comes up with the football. Lordy, lordy, lordy. Do you believe this?
I think the only thing that can jinx us is Bourbon Street.
Up with the football. Lordy, lordy.
Did you see what he
We
did
have a
to-
major new
Oh,
update
fuck.
on the.
Did you see what he did to Brent Favre?
Yeah. Yeah, these guys nowadays, you can't touch them unless they're colored and they play quarterback for the Chicago
Everybody wants to be
Bears.
Jack.
Oh, let's take this back, man.
Michael, 76, was there first to polish him off.
He smacked Brent Favre right in the face.
We're the Jack. Everybody wants to be Jack.
Steve McMichael comes up with the football. Lordy, lordy, lordy.
Right there, look at that.
Yeah. You can recover from that blow.
I think the only thing that can jinx us is Bourbon Street.
Eason dragged down by Steve McMichael. Fumble. The Bears have it at hungry Chicago. Finally champions on this January day in New Orleans.
Man.
We know
right. What's your thoughts on that tribute? And give me some final words on this brother, man. Speak on it, and we'll move on.
We know what works in the Chicago Bear defense is tried and true pressure up the middle and edges that are men. So, unfortunately, they had an opportunity in drafting the Jalen Carter and didn't do it. So we still have no pressure up the middle, but hopefully we fix this in the offseason, this past offseason. But as far as Stephen Michael is concerned, he was a true Chicago Bear. I'm glad he was able to make it into the Hall of Fame before his passing for him and his family. And, rest in peace, Mongo.
Condolences to his family, Rip Mongo. And to your point, I move that Wikipedia when a kid, kids in theta and they look up there and define bear, huh? They should have a picture of Mongo, right? Maybe Chicago Bear. Certain guys epitomize what it means to be a bear, right? You've got dogs, okay, and you've got bears. You got to have a bear with that dog in him, and that's exactly what Mongo was every week. He laced them up. He wasn't on bed rest. You know what I mean?
Wasn't doing the podcast.
No.
Talking to people about his feelings, and then he was coming out there to play football.
Football. You know what I mean? Football. And if anybody's got a problem with that, drop a message in the chat, because I know some of you modern, these young kids, these generational X and millennials, whatever you call them.
Yeah.
You should be able to do multiple things. I'm multitasking. I'm texting while driving. I'm smarter than you.
The LeBron fans.
Yeah, those are the ones. Those are the ones. All right, y'all. We got a poll. I'm going to put it into the chat so your voice can be heard. Or you can sit there and straddle your fence on a bum. You can your bum on the fence. You can do that. Why did Shedeur Slander's draft stock slide? Right, slide for Shedeur. Okay, your options are prime time. He's he's got that rich, cocky dad. Yeah,
too flashy of a Negro.
Yeah, that's right. Too smart of a family. Cocky arrogance. You know what I mean? The same arrogance that's when it's a pink person or a white quarterback. Oh yeah, he's got that swagger.
Yeah, I'm sitting there with a platinum chain trying to get drafted in the first round.
Yeah, I mean, like Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow's got that swagger, but a kid like Shedeur, you know what I mean? It's just a cocky black guy. He needs to be humble.
Well, Joe Burrow's drop dead gorgeous.
Drop dead gorgeous. Big ups to Joe Burrow. He's a baller. He's a dog. All right, and then we got cocky arrogance. Drafts are talent based, meaning arm strength, the measurables.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
All right, and then the NFL histories of devaluing quarterbacks. Right, so we're gonna put this into the chat. We'll let you know what me and Ace have voted on this right now. Prime time. His dad, the LeVar Ball or the Archie Manning in this situation. 38% right now, the respondents said it's his dad's fault. Cocky, arrogant, Hall of Famer, best to ever play the position.
Really? It's his dad's fault.
So far. 25% say it's because of Shedeur's cocky arrogance. 0% say anything about talent. This is interesting because this is a business.
Yeah.
And then so far, 38%, the same percentage that blamed his dad, are saying the NFL's history of devaluing quarterbacks. So, Ace, we don't want to hear your take on this yet. We're going to get it at the end. But no, what were you about to say? But just don't let me know. Go ahead. What were you about to say? I'll put it in the chat.
I was going to give you my take on this yet.
No.
It can wait.
Yeah. We're going to save it. We're going to save it for the end, bro.
All right.
Yeah, and we got to get this in there. Let's see here. All right, y'all. So that's what we got, our poll question. So what's your take, man? Gilbert Arenas' son, bro. Arenas' son, man.
Tragic story.
Health to his family and health to him. And geez. All right. So we got Gilbert Arenas' son. He's riding around in his dad's
cyber sled.
Yeah, he's got that cyber truck going. You know what I mean? And then he's had a horrible tragedy. We actually got a video we want to play for you guys to give us some context. But I heard that he came out of the coma. Is that true? Did you hear
Yeah,
that?
I haven't heard an update on him yet.
All right, we'll look
I
that
hope
up.
he has.
Yeah, I think he
I think
had.
they said it was an induced coma, so it's probably trying to take care of the smoke and maybe any swelling that he had.
Tonight at 11, new video revealing much more about a fiery Cybertruck crash that happened early this morning in a local neighborhood. The teen injured in that crash is Elijah Arenas, a five-star basketball recruit for USC, and also the son of former NBA player Gilbert Arenas. Eyewitness News reporter Tim Caputo spoke to a neighbor who heard the crash and then rushed to help. He joins us live tonight in Winnetka. Tim.
And Mark, this is where the crash happened. You see behind me some high school friends have been stopping by all day long. You could actually see the damage on the tree behind me. In fact, some of the Cybertruck lodged into the trunk of the tree itself. Just a kind of sense of how impactful this wreck was. Behind the wheel of that Cybertruck, the son of a former NBA star who had just completed two of the best high school basketball seasons in LA history. Security video only catches the tail end of this early morning crash in Winnetka, but it was so loud it woke dozens who lived nearby.
Feel like an earthquake and the big explosion. So and it's when I wake up and I say, okay, what's going on?
Ice looking for him.
A Tesla Cybertruck
right
driven
now.
by 18-year-old Elijah Arenas, a five-star high school basketball prospect and son of former NBA star Gilbert Arenas, hit a hydrant and then a tree on Corbin Avenue just before 5 this morning. The truck caught fire, and as the hydrant spewed water into the sky.
Bro, I used to drive down Corbin every day when we first moved out here.
Yeah.
It's they speed down that road, bro, and it's not smooth. You know, it's a lot of bumps. They're stealing the money. They won't, repair the infrastructure.
The fire was pouring smoke both outside and inside the Cybertruck, with Arenas stuck inside. Brian Sandoval, who was woken up by the crash, grabbed a fire extinguisher, sprinted over to help, and realized the driver couldn't get out.
Heard some banging from coming inside the car, so we knew someone was in there. So tried putting out the fire. Didn't.
You got a Cybertruck on fire, and you grab a fire extinguisher. Hey, big ups to this guy.
Yeah.
But the fire extinguisher is not going to do crap. Okay.
Now, what if he would have been driving a 6'4"? You think he would have rushed over there with the fire extinguisher?
Fire extinguisher. But he did his best. He's a hero.
Yeah. God bless.
Tried smashing the back window on the driver's side. Couldn't do it. Couldn't figure out to open up the door. So basically just saw the driver's side window slightly ajar. So just pulled that down, and he stuck his hand out. We grabbed it, pulled them out, and shortly afterwards the fire department came.
Arenas, who committed to play at USC next season, was rushed to the hospital and is now reportedly in an induced coma. USC basketball head coach Eric Musselman posting, quote, "Our thoughts and prayers are with Elijah and his family following this morning's
accident. You'll never
accident.
see any of these kids
Please
on
keep
campus.
Him, his teammates and friends, and the entire Arenas family in your prayers." Elijah's mother posting on Instagram a simple but straightforward plea, "I need all your prayers." Arenas attended nearby Chatsworth High School, and those who followed his budding basketball career are in shock.
I mean, the emotions are still hitting, but it's kind of that, you think the guy's Superman, you think he's indestructible, and then something like this happens, and it's just terrible.
Those who pulled him from his burning truck told me Arenas did manage to tell them he was alone in the car. It's unclear what caused the single-car crash, but with smoke filling the truck, it's obvious that seconds mattered, and Sandoval's quick thinking likely saved Arenas' life.
Yeah. It hit more when he stuck his arm out, because then, he was still there, he was still with us, and just at that point, it's like there was nothing more important than just taking him out.
A very humble young man, certainly heroic work early this morning. As for the car itself, it is registered to Gilbert Arenas, Elijah's dad. No word from Gilbert himself. He does host a daily podcast, but understandably, they canceled it for the day. We're live in Winnetka.
All right, Ace, what's your take on that? And Karen, look up the updates of his medical status.
Yeah, I was wondering where he was rushing to at 5 a.m. Was it practice or a workout or home? Or that's an interesting time for a young man to be out and about, speeding in their Cybertruck. So, hopefully it was someplace productive when this terrible accident took place. the other day, and hopefully his health status has improved. As they said, it was an induced coma. We'll have to look up and see what his current status is. But wow, that's tough, man. You know, you got a kid about to embark on the greatest time in his life.
They
And
said 2 best seasons in LA basketball history.
wow, yeah, and you know, besides it being an accident, it was close to being a fatal accident. Because if that guy hadn't came
If
out,
that guy hadn't been there, bro.
yeah, and pulled him out of the truck,
You know, and
wow,
I don't know if he was an autopilot or what, but bro, man, one thing I'll say this though, bro. There's a generation of these young kids out here on the road in LA. You know, I'm out on the road all day, and
yeah,
I'm not saying that was this kid, I'm not saying that, but they're in these jacked up cars, bro, and they are doing nonsense.
mm.
You know, it's risk reward out there, as you may know better than me. You know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and they'll speed up and then slam speed up on the car behind them, and you know, it's like you're not getting any.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Way to go, Mario. You know, you're not Mario Andretti
Or
Speed Racer,
or
Jeff Gordon.
GTA 6. This isn't
Yeah,
GTA 6. You know.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
After we got an update here. Thank you, Karen. 18 years old, induced coma, like you said. They said he woke up on his own.
Okay.
Remarkable and hopeful for his recovery. He's still intubated, and he's been able to communicate by writing, so he's not speaking yet.
They got a tube down his throat.
Yeah. Oh, okay, that makes sense. So that means his brain activity is cool.
Yeah.
Siblings. Police responded. Teenagers involved. Okay. Fire hydrant. 48 McDonald's basketball. Thoughts and prayers shortly after. Gilbert, I need all your fucking Gilbert's quote, I need all your fucking prayers. I mean, yeah.
Oh, he didn't. Is that what he said? Oh my gosh. Is that for likes or something?
I have no idea, man. I've never seen anybody put such a low vibrational word.
Yeah.
I've never seen that. I've never seen that.
Wow.
But get well. Oh, we got these wees in here. We don't have nothing about Justin Fields in the.
We're talking about the Bears. So we'll bring up a little bit.
Oh yeah, I think he heard he heard us talking about his lipstick wearing fingernail painting Caleb, so he's gonna pop out. You know what I mean? Yeah, something
about him.
We didn't mention nothing about Justin, and this guy's popping up. What's up, Rizzo?
What's up, bro?
Oh, it's bound to happen. It's inevitable.
Hey, anything in your craw about what we're discussing? Because we're about to move on to the NBA playoffs.
Caleb is our quarterback.
We talked about Mongo, and we talked about Gilbert Arenas' son, and that was about it.
Now, rest in peace to Mongo, and his son. I think he's out. I think he's out of the coma though.
He came out of it on his own. They said, and he's communicating by writing, so his brain's working.
Yeah, hopefully he's okay.
Yeah, that's tough, man. You know, I guess he's heading toward graduation. I don't know what they do when you're a superstar, a super rich kid. Do you even graduate, or you just matriculate on to the?
You just matriculate. You do whatever you want. You matriculate.
He can get a 5th year if depending on how he is after the
basketball season's over.
Yeah, but I mean, he could get another year in school if he wants.
Yeah. That kid was going to be a one and done. So now he'll probably be a 2 and done. But who cares about that? Just get well. All right, we got the NBA finals, y'all. NBA playoffs. So we're starting on the Eastern Seaboard. You got Cleveland, who's been a bit under the radar, and I believe I picked a Boston versus. I know I picked the Thunder, Boston in the finals. So Cleveland's up 3-0. Y'all got anything to say about this series in particular?
Yeah, the Miami Heat could have let the Bulls get swept by the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Had the Bulls beat the Heat, we were going to win 1 or 2 games.
I felt the Bulls had a better
matchup.
Yeah, because they could score. They could score. They just didn't score the one game against Miami, but they can score.
Yes.
They can't stop Donovan Mitchell in the fourth quarter. The Bulls have shown that all season.
Yeah, they can't, but you can still outscore them. You know, they could outscore any team. When you think some of them games they were gonna lose, and they just kept scoring points.
They beat the Lakers.
They beat Miami every game in the regular season.
Beating the Lakers isn't saying much right now.
Well, all right, we're gonna save that. All right, we got because I don't want to spend a lot of time on this. We got the Bucks Pacers 2-1. So the series went back to Milwaukee. So this thing is shaping out. The series hasn't started yet, as they say, because the road team hasn't won. Y'all got any commentary on this series?
I said it, I think, before the playoffs. The Bucks they're not what they used to be.
Yeah.
You know, Lillard's old. He usually gets hurt. Giannis is a stud. But
Giannis is balling.
The bench they used to have and the role players, they're not the same. Middleton's old. He's always hurt.
They fired the coach that got him the chip.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the same team. No, not the same team.
That's why they're 5th seed, and that's why they'll probably this will probably go to 7 games, but I believe that Indiana ultimately win the series.
It'll probably go 7 because Indiana ain't that type of killer team that can just knock you out when they got a lead. But to me, Indiana has the better team.
Well, LeBron said Giannis would average what did he say, 200 points a game or something in the 70s. So
he's
LeBron said that. All right,
Did you buy it down?
I haven't bought it yet. I haven't even looked it up, but I've been meaning to. All right, we got Pistons 6 seed versus 3 seed Knicks. New York is up 2-1. I don't even want to comment on this series. Celtics Magic. Celtics are up 2-1. They're having some injuries as usual. I picked the Thunder. Anybody else pick the Thunder to win the chip this year?
No.
By you guys silent, you didn't pick the Thunder. I mean, come on.
I think they'll make it to the finals, but the chip, that's a.
What did you pick? We did it on this show. You didn't pick the Thunder.
I think I picked Boston to repeat.
Okay. All right. So the Thunder took care of business. They swept the Grizzlies, and I want that hot shot guard there. It's always having problems. It's always hurt, and Diesel called it. And sure enough, he got hurt and didn't even play in the 4th game. All right. Any comments on this series, y'all, or what?
No, Thunder. If Morant was there, they would have. I mean, you'd probably give Memphis 1 game, possibly 2, but they weren't going to win the series.
Well, Ja played those series. He just didn't play the 4th game.
Yeah, he tried to dunk on somebody in the playoffs, and you know, that's what happened.
Yeah, the guy was right in front of him. I mean, risk reward, Ja. Come on. All right, this series though, man. Nuggets, Clippers, they are balling. Your boy Jokic dropped dead gorgeous. Shot a air ball at down the stretch.
Gordon.
Gordon got that little last second tip, which I thought was too late. That series 2-2. Who's going to win this series? Any comment?
I hope it's the Clippers. The Nuggets. They don't have the same team, and they will not come out. They won't beat. If they ended up playing the Lakers, they wouldn't beat them. I hope it's the Clippers. I pray it's the Clippers.
They won't be playing the Lakers. Lakers aren't going to win. But I believe that firing their coach, that was a bad move. And that Kawhi Leonard, they keep talking about his knee is hurting, but I haven't seen him miss a shot.
If he's not hurt, he's Jordan, like how he scores. It's like line drives.
The only thing you're missing are those 3-pointers.
Before Kawhi got hurt, which was in Toronto when he played for Toronto, I was saying he was the best player I've seen since Jordan. So my brother Millie, could tell you that. The one thing I'll say though is don't get caught up, man. My brother came out here, he jumped on the Clippers bandwagon, and they got a curse, bro. somebody's going to tweak something. You know, don't get caught
one
up.
of them gonna get hurt. It's
Yeah.
gonna be Harden
Yeah.
or Kawhi
Yeah.
or even Zubac while he's
Yeah.
having a good year.
Yeah.
It's one of those dudes to get hurt. And
Yeah.
the thing is although we recognize Kawhi skills, it's what's inside of him that leads you to believe that they can't get over the top, right? It's like because you don't see his
What do you
personality.
mean? He's a
his
reverse
personality.
racist?
No, his personality. He just ain't no killer instinct type dude. He's too quiet.
You want a chip? You want several chips?
He's got a killer
He's still
instinct. I'm going to disagree with you. This guy would have took Simeon High School and bent everybody over every play for
you
that,
don't keep getting,
except for Benji Wilson and maybe
you're not going to keep getting hurt like he does when you got that killer instinct. You're going to be out there playing. You're going to be out there playing.
Come on, just because he's not out there, doing gunshots and after he shoots, you think the kid doesn't have a killer instinct. I've never heard anyone else have that take on Kawhi Leonard.
You never heard he interviewed a dude. He ain't
gonna say much. No.
He's not. I don't need him to talk.
No
That's what's wrong with the Chicago Bears. All they're doing is talking and doing podcasts. I just need a guy that,
come out there and do
personality.
a job. Plus,
he don't have enough. He don't have enough drive to me to say to get a team like that over the hump.
Who's gonna win? Nuggets. Who y'all got? Nuggets or Clippers?
They're gonna go with the defending MVP Nuggets.
They like Jokic more than Kawhi.
Yeah.
So the Clippers win, but I don't know.
I'm not. I can't bank on it.
They got the better team. They got a better team than the Nuggets
right now. Even if they win this, Kawhi be tweaked. He can't play the rest of the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? It slows this down. He'll get hurt in Game 7, and they won, and he can't play. And that's what happened.
A strain in his ankle.
It doesn't matter.
Ankle strain. That's the type of injury that'll pop up and keep him out.
I'm going with the Nuggets. I'm going to go with the Nuggets because I have no faith in the Clippers. And then you'll have the Nuggets Thunder next round. And, of course, I already picked the Thunder, so that's another story. All right, Ace, you got the Lakers in your crawl. You're like ESPN and all the national pundits. You like to talk Lakers. You mentioned them earlier. So we got the Lakers. We got the Lakers Timberwolves with the guy who you guys came on here and said is the latest Michael Jordan, Anthony Richardson, whatever his name is. I don't know.
Who said that?
No one said that.
You guys were co-signing that when they were all.
Not me. Go back to the tape.
Right.
No. I ain't co-signing nothing.
All right. So who y'all got in this series? They balling, bro.
I'm going with the T-Wolves. I think that they learned a lot from. Yeah, I think I said that when we did the predictions. They learned a lot from their playoff experience last year, so they'll be able to carry that on.
I feel the same way with that series. I hope it's the T-Wolves. I think they got a better team, but
you know how.
And there's the Olympic
teams like that usually find a way to lose a series that you think they should win as opposed to win it. So, I hope they win it though.
There's the Olympic factor. So Anthony Edwards was able to go and play against these guys in practice, and he probably figured out, man, you know what I'm saying? I could, and he don't want to like these players. So I'm gonna pick the Timberwolves just because of my disdain for everything the Lakers organization stands for. Okay.
Now I don't like the way you just hopped over like 2 series in the Eastern Conference. You didn't say nothing about them. You just went right to the West. Is that because you've been living out there for the last 10 years? Is that why you just
which one? Yeah, we skip right over. Nobody wants to talk about those.
Yeah, see, you see how he just skips over them 2
Nobody
series.
wants to talk about
But
that.
he wants to have a lot of conversations about those.
I think the Knicks just won.
So, they did.
And nobody cares. So who y'all got in the Lakers Timberwolves series?
I'm taking the T-Wolves.
I'm taking the T-Wolves too.
I mean,
I'm taking the Lakers until the T-Wolves prove me wrong. I want the T-Wolves to win, but
I think
you don't trust Anthony Edwards.
I don't trust it. I don't trust.
Came on this show and called him the next Michael Jordan. You guys
ain't never
lapping it up.
Never done that. That was probably you.
No.
Trying to spin it on us.
No. Now I'm going to have to go to the tape. Go ahead, Ace.
And the only reason that the Lakers have won the game in this series is because the refs got involved in the game they won. They must have called 175 fouls that game.
Well, it is a business. You ain't too far going to see that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you want those superstars out there playing, but they got to keep themselves on the court. You just can't you know. What was the guy that was cheating? The refs that were cheating and got caught.
That's life.
Yeah. So
Rockets Warriors.
You supposed to finish that quote, man. Since you the one gonna say it, you ain't too far gone yourself to see this is business.
It's
hey man,
business.
that's life. Life my ass, mother.
Life my ass, mother. Well, I was a kid, like, oh, they talking business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, somebody should slap somebody here.
What's that one song?
Hey, they did, low key though, they did. The Detroit game, I thought a boy got fouled on that last shot at the buzzer. A boy bumped him, and they usually call that. I'm just telling you, I watched the game right at the end.
Nobody wants to see.
By the way, he got fouled. No,
Nobody wants to see
don't have
Detroit.
enough offense, just like
cares.
To me, Houston doesn't.
Nobody
we got to
cares.
discuss it, bro.
No, we don't. We don't have to discuss it.
Okay.
All right. Well, go ahead, discuss it.
Now you asked me questions about the Lakers series
Karen,
and all that. I'm gonna skip right
Karen,
over.
go ahead. Give him a close up. I want to see his big lips on the screen.
Got no comment on it. No comment.
No, he has no comment. Go ahead and talk Detroit Knicks. Go ahead.
Talk about Boston, all them injuries they got. You don't want to talk about that either, right? No, because you low key, you trying to claim California now. You've been out there.
We just got a lot to unpack here today, bro.
Right.
Rockets Warriors. Warriors come out to play. That series 2-1. Golden State's up. I'm surprised that the Rockets, they got a 2 seed, man. But the Warriors added Jimmy Buckets. I got the Warriors in this series, and then they'll go on to play the Timberwolves, and then the Timberwolves will win. So then it'll be Timberwolves, Thunder in the West, and then I'm matriculated over here, Boston and Cleveland in the East. Yeah. All right. So y'all got any comment on this before we get off the NBA, because it's boring?
Well, they won. They won yesterday without Jimmy Buckets because they say he almost broke his ass. It's sprain. He sprained his ass on that fall. But
Houston got the same problem that Orlando Magic got, and more so than Orlando. They don't have enough offense. They got defense galore, but they cannot. When they can't score, they can't score.
You talking about Houston?
Yeah. They'll do you up and down the court.
They just ain't got enough scores. I mean, they style. I think he had Jalen Green. He had 9
So you think
points.
Kevin Durant would be a nice addition to their system?
Yeah,
Anybody can score.
If you can keep him healthy. I mean, if you keep him healthy, he'll add you some points that you ain't getting from other people.
So who y'all got in that series ultimately?
I'm going with Golden State.
Yeah, it's the same thing. I want Houston to win, but history tells you the Warriors will beat them because the teams got to prove you wrong. Until they prove that they can beat those established franchises that got veterans, you don't go with them.
And plus, Houston's got a colored coach. I don't care what their record is. The NBA is not going to let them advance.
Why? Because he's colored?
Yeah.
You can't come out here and say that.
No, I mean, come on.
Allegedly, in your opinion.
In my opinion, that altercation they still haven't gotten over with in Boston, and he's got to take it on the chin for a couple seasons before they let him
talks
succeed.
to them refs last night. They made that bad call. He said he looked at that ref. He was like, "The fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you calling?"
That's right. That's how you're supposed to be out there. Like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
So what the fuck are you doing?
I would like to hire him to be. I would like him to be in charge of Ryan Poles when Ryan Poles is making decisions at the draft. I would like him there.
Just go there and slap the hell out. Come here. Let me talk to you for a minute.
Yeah, like, what are you doing? I'm letting the board speak. Hold on, I'm smelling my face. I'm letting the board talk to me. Hold on, we got Unc. We're gonna talk about Unc, and we're gonna get
Poles. We're gonna get into it.
We got Unc. They got some tape of Unc.
Some content already offered prior.
I say you're just gonna.
Audio.
Anything I say, you're just gonna like get mad at, and you're just gonna hang up on me. So I feel like
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
what? What does that even mean?
Nothing yet. You want to be to me now, so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm gonna choke the out of you when I see you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, I don't want to be choked.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
I don't think you have a choice in the matter.
Yeah. All right, y'all. What's your take on what you heard? That's on.
Sounds like a innuendo.
Yeah,
on the sexual side of the game.
Yeah, I believe
that's that whole conversation. That's what it sounds like.
I believe he choked her before and she liked it, and
Come on.
she just recorded it.
This was a 19-year-old pink OnlyFans model. She's got to have some credibility here.
She has zero credibility.
Maybe she does, but if she does, it ain't in that conversation because that conversation.
She's got the same attorney that went after Jigga.
Yeah, I mean, all of this will be disproven. He'll pay off the attorney. He'll drop the damn suit and tell that chick to kick rocks.
Shannon Sharp facing a massive dollar podcast.
What is wrong with him with his judgment where he's going around, dating those type of women?
A reminder: the legal action.
Hold on.
Was filed.
I want to go there. They said he offered her $10 million.
And yet.
He offered her $10 million and they refused it. Because there's a sex tape that ain't been seen yet. That's like, and so we'll say alleged.
Victim
allegedly a sex tape.
So it's extortion. So go back to what you were just saying.
And he don't want I guess he feels, because remember initially he's saying none of this is true, blah 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 blah.
Well, he said he's got text messages. Because she was saying it wasn't consensual.
Right, which nobody really believes that.
Right.
So,
but she's using the Kobe Bryant records. So you remember Kobe Bryant got charged with the monkey rapping, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what she's saying is everything was consensual except for the sodomy, which is a big major crime in California. So, she consented to everything, but then he, monkey rapped.
Maybe that's part of what's on tape.
Yeah, he's got this big Southern. So you were talking about his psychology. It was another tape where he's like, yeah, you got this Southern big black buck, he's got something going on. So go ahead, bro. You were talking about that. Go ahead, bro, because I wanted to go there too.
Yeah, if I just got to question his judgment with you're getting involved with, and I think he's double her age, right?
Man, he's triple her age. He's like Unc's like 58. She was 19. He was like 54 at the time. He was 54 at the time, so closer to triple.
But he should be having better judgment.
Yeah, he shouldn't be messing
instead
around.
of messing with people like that. And then who was that I heard? Was it him where they said sign an NDA and they wouldn't do it, and I can't remember the details.
What do you guys say to the narrative that if it was a 19-year-old black woman on OnlyFans, she wouldn't have put him in the same position? Is there something? Is there there? Because I'm hearing that a lot from black women.
No, it's.
She would have took that $10 million.
Are they more likely to do it? Probably not. But it's women in general, bro.
They probably would have took the 10 million.
They'll get you.
They would have took the 10 million. That was the thing. They would have took the 10 million that was offered by. Do you know what I mean? They less likely to expose you. You know what I mean? They would have took that deal. Yeah.
But it's I mean, come on, man. He's in the middle of contract negotiations. I don't know when this
for $100 million.
Yeah,
she should have waited. She should have waited.
Yeah,
because he ain't got that money yet, and now they're gonna pull the plug on it.
Yeah,
and he's gonna lose sponsors on his podcast potential.
Yeah, you can't be putting that big black eggplant on no 19-year-old OnlyFans model. She's just
and
trying to
talking
pull
about
herself
it
up.
too. The big black block from the South, the young white girl. That's what he was saying, bro. They got him on tape saying all that, bro. Like he should have went up after the 10 million. He should probably went up to like 15. You know what I'm saying? He could have put that together. She probably would have took that.
What's it gonna take? What's it gonna take? Come on.
Well, California is a state though where you can't be doing the recording without somebody's consent.
You gotta let them know.
So all that's inadmissible, you're saying?
Yeah, it's inadmissible. Well, definitely in a criminal tort, but I don't know how that works civilly.
But again, it's allegedly some tapes out there that ain't been released to scene. So that's probably consented to.
Yes.
So he don't want that coming out.
You big dummy. Why are you recording having sex with a 19-year-old?
Well, you remember his Instagram was on or whatever live.
Allegedly.
Yeah. So, like, yes, that's back to Diesel's point. Bro, get yourself some help. He sounds like an alleged sex addict, in my opinion.
Did you see, have you seen one of his little, because now that he's so popular, when they sent out those reels, and they show like pictures of all, these different women that he's dating.
He's another one who moistens his lips on his podcast.
Oh my God. I was looking at all these other people that he was married to, dated, and one of them that they showed was named Michelle. And I'm wondering if that's the Michelle that he was on that other on that tape with. The Instagram live where you couldn't see nothing, but you could hear him talking. The chick's name was Michelle. I was like, man, I wonder if that's her.
Oh, Michelle.
Man, he out here running around. All right, hey, but Diesel, we're gonna block your camera, Diesel, right quick. We got Shannon Sharp in the building, and Shannon, I want to ask you, bro. Can you break down to me? All right, this is not you, Shannon. This is an NFL football player. All right, who's in the exact same situation. Give me your take on John Morant, who's in the exact same situation as you are here. What would your take have been on this, Uncle Shannon?
Well, I was just trying to do the best I could with the situation I was in. The young lady was a friend of mine, and we had some consensual relations, and unfortunately, we got to the point where we wasn't friends no more. Now I don't know who this attorney is. She went out and hired, but what was the question again? You asked me about John Morant. Yeah. So
what would your grandmother say about a situation like this? You got any quotes from your grandmother?
Now you're gonna put me in this situation. Talk about
he said, my grandma used to say, boy, if you cash your pearls with young white girls on the internet, you're gonna end up in jail. Now they're talking about some criminal charges. Ace, you know what I mean?
You just talking about my grandma. Hold on. But she did tell me if she can't use my comb, don't bring her home. So I'm sorry, Grandma.
I'm just saying, Shannon, bro, would go in on any African American male based on any allegation. Skip. He skipped, but he shouldn't have been in that position. But Skip. He's up for $100 million contract, Skip.
He should know better.
He's up for $100 million contract.
He should know better.
And he goes out there. My grandmother used to say, if you go out there with them young white girls, Skip. He know, being a black man from the South, Skip. He out there with them young white girls, and he went out there and did it, and now he need him some new friends. It's his family fault. And that's the thing about Shannon, bro. He always takes the moral high road on people. You know what I'm saying? Be in these situations, he always assumes their guilt. You know what I mean? And now everybody's being exposed. And this is why I say, if we don't hang together, you're gonna hang separately.
I mean, this guy had a quite impressive roster of women that they have on these reels, but I don't understand, why how you get to this point of ascending in your career, and now you're running around with OnlyFans models or whatever she does, and you haven't had her sign anything.
Internet prostitutes. That's what they are. But then they this attorney could have been setting them up from the beginning.
Yeah.
You get all this evidence and everything, but again, he's got a weakness, and I'm not going to judge him. Pray for the man. But I don't know. It's weird.
He's got a bag to lose. He's got to be
like,
smarter
where's
than
his
that.
better judgment, man?
That's where's his judgment? He's still running around like he's 18. Yeah.
Like the women he's choosing.
Yeah.
It seems like he's almost basically choosing these women off of what his physical attraction to them when he meets them, as opposed to, okay, you're attracted to him, but get to find out if this is somebody you should even be messing with. If that's the case.
Get a call girl and get NDAs.
If that's what he,
Yeah, what's that old man say? I'm gonna pay. I'm gonna pay at the hold until I'm gone. I'm just gonna pay at the hold. If that's what you want to do, pay at the hold and just be gone, man.
So we want to get into big ups, air quotes. Let's move off this. Let's move on to Shador sliding. I got a video.
It's like, man, if they don't go high, they could slide a lot. It's what happened to Aaron.
And look, sliding for Shador would not be the worst thing. Because maybe you go to a better team.
I don't think he'll slide past the Giants. He can't.
Get the likes up.
All right, slide for Shador. All right, what happened there, y'all? Are y'all shocked that he went into the 5th round?
Man, this dude, let me go in, because this dude could have been the first overall pick. I mean, it was that discussion up for the past couple of months. Who Ward or him? And for him to go in the 5th round, not the 2nd round, 3rd, and then the guys who went in front of him. My opinion, I just feel that there was something going on amongst teams in the NFL where they just were like, nobody take him.
Yeah.
For this round or this round.
Collusion.
It had to be something to that effect, man. It's almost impossible. And then you see
I told Ace, if I was the Bears, I'd have snatched him in the 4th round. They talking about the board talks to him and best talent available. You can't tell me that he wasn't the best talent available in that 4th round, Chicago Bears.
Yeah, and you can't tell me he's not better than Bilbo or the other 36-year-old they just picked up off the scrap heap to be in the quarterback's room. You can't,
And Diesel, you bet not tell me about Caleb's confidence, and you don't want to bring him in and have somebody.
Man, listen, if
I
he
didn't
was
want to hear
on the
about
board,
that.
man, if you're talking about the Bears, talk about the other 30 teams in the
Pittsburgh.
Talk about them. Don't talk about the Bears. I mean, I get it.
About the Bears.
I get it.
Talking about? Don't talk about
because
the
you're
Bears.
saying it as
no,
like
but
the Bears,
me and Ace always be having these conversations when it's Jalen Hurts, and then everybody just kind of blows by it, and then this kid's gonna go off and be a meme and start throwing lasers in the playoffs in the Super Bowl, and then you're gonna underlay this conversation right here.
The team with 5 quarterbacks, like.
Yeah, and they drafted a quarterback, the round or 2 before him?
Yes, but Minnesota did it. They took RG3, and then they took the drop-dead gorgeous dude that played for Minnesota all those years. What's his name? In the 2nd round, yeah.
Kirk Cousins.
So there's precedent. Yeah. Kirk Cousins. There's precedent.
But that's coming into the thing and having nobody. Remember, they took RG3, and then they took him. Wasn't it the same draft, right?
Yes, that's being disciplined on the best player. If you're telling me you're going after the best player available, and the draft board is talking to you, and you're telling me you're not retarded, and I'm talking about Pose, and you're telling me you're not talking like this, and
you can't. For me, you can't get on Pose on this one. You got to get on all the other damn teams, man.
Okay, all right.
Pick on the Bears.
We're definitely on all the other teams.
Yes. I'm not picking on the Bears, but this is all about the Bears. We continue to do this. We snub. We should have had Lamar Jackson.
We can get on the Bears.
How come we didn't draft Lamar Jackson?
See, there you go. When you start going in the past, man, it's going to eventually lead to Fields.
This will eventually.
And then we need to have a fine jar.
Now he's going to say I brought up
money
Fields.
jar.
Now, Ace, make a record. Who brought up Justin Fields first?
Now, I'm bringing it up because that's where you going. Once you start, you always go Lamar, then Mahomes. Then it's going to get to Fields.
It doesn't get past Mahomes if we.
Oh no, I'm the one who's been saying Mahomes. You guys always just retort to Fields. So I'm like, what?
Oh,
no, just get off the Bears on this subject. Get on all the other teams who passed on the quarterback.
If we would have had Mahomes, there would have never been a Justin Fields.
There would have never been a Justin Fields in the city of Chicago. Nobody understands that. And if we had the Hall, boy, we'd have been all over this draft. I would have came in. I would have had Travis Hunter. I'd have picked up Shedeur in the fourth.
I don't know, man.
You know what I mean, boy?
We would have been liable to make mess up one of them quarterbacks with the wrong coordinator, even if it was more. Because you got to have the right people in place. Even Mahomes.
Oh yeah, I've considered that.
So they might have had the wrong guy trying to bring him along.
They said they were hiring all those guys. Every guy they hired was the right guy.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
What's your take on this, Ace and Diesel? Why did Shedeur Sanders' draft stock slide like King Von? Prime time, his dad, 38%. Cocky arrogance, 25%. No one said it's based off anything to do with his physicals or his ability to make throws. I mean, the most accurate quarterback almost in the history. He broke records. If he was drop dead gorgeous, he would have won in the first round. Stop it.
Oh my God.
All right, and then the NFL's history of devaluing quarterbacks.
I think your boy just got hurt real bad.
Who?
Anthony Edwards.
Oh.
Diving for a ball and one of them dove and hit his knee.
Wow. Oh, but that just seems like he'll be all right. He can shake it off. They'll ice that down. It's not a non-contact injury.
We'll see if he can get up and walk, bro.
Yeah, he's easy. You guys said he's the next Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan to get up.
No one said he was the next Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Get out of there.
All right. But all right, what did you guys vote on this? I voted quarterbacks.
Yeah, that's what I voted on.
It's like a multitude of things, and there's a lot of racial undertone with it. So,
was he rubbing his fence on the bum, Ace?
Yeah.
Oh, and it was
bum on the fence.
LeBron who dove into his leg, man.
All right, what did you vote on this?
Oh man, I think it's his ankle.
Put him out for the series.
What's your vote on that, fella?
Oh, he holding his knee.
All right, we're gonna move on. Let's see here. Put this. Hey, I'm dropping a poll in the chat for y'all. Create Culture said, "What up, boys? What up, Create Culture? What down?
So you asking what? I'm telling you, I think it's racial undertone. I think it's it's just my opinion.
Look at this guy.
Owners colluded.
Yeah.
To say don't take this man in so many rounds. And then after a certain point, now you're on your own if you want to take him.
Where would he have been drafted if he was drop dead gorgeous?
He should have been in the top 5 for the people who need quarterbacks.
Yeah.
But all these top 5, he could have been number 1. You could have legitimately said he's better than Cam Ward and took him as the number 1 overall.
Hey, did I not say 3-4 years ago on this show they're going to start devaluing the quarterback position once more the colors start being at the helm?
Yeah, and you can see it with the numbers of starting black quarterbacks every season. So hey,
did I not say the tight end position was going to now be more valued? And so it's all about the money.
We devalued the running back. Now you devalue the quarterback,
the wide receiver. I told my one of my brothers, Miliak, they like him poor and stupid. And I think that's part of it because he's not poor and stupid. They like people when I say jump, you're going to say how high. And he wasn't programmed that way. And I don't think Peyton Manning or Eli Manning was programmed that way. And I don't think when Eli was saying, I'm not going to play for this team or that team, I don't think anybody was blaming Archie Manning. And I don't think Eli slid to the 5th or the 6th round.
Right, that's Archie Manning's son. He knows where his son should go. Or even when Peyton was pulling it, Yeah,
or when John Elway was pulling it.
Yeah, but now you have primetime son here. Of course, there's racial undertones and collusion by these teams to devalue this kid and try and embarrass him. That's what they do to us and all of our future prospects. Yeah, they do. They want to take the bag away. And yeah, they got to pull themselves up by their bootstraps and hopefully work his way into being a starting quarterback. Yeah, he got drafted on a team with 5 quarterbacks. Joe Flacco was 70 years old. They got the other rookie that they drafted from Oregon. Him, Watson's not coming back, and some other bum. So yeah, he's probably going to end up starting, but hopefully he only signed a 2 or 3 year deal. He can get the hell out of there as soon as he can.
Well, Joe Flacco, to me, when I looked at the whole roster of quarterbacks, I'm like, okay, although he's real old, he's a legit backup. So you don't mind him being your backup if something happens to your starter. The problem was they drafted Dylan Gabriel before Shador. Yeah. So now what you going to do? Okay, I get it. Maybe one of them.
Whoever is the best player starts. That's what you got to do.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't have Flacco starting unless
Flacco is gone. I would cut him.
No, he'd be my backup.
You got to keep Deshaun one more year because you're eating that contract.
He's injured reserve. He's not
playing. Yeah.
Okay, well, cool. You keep Flacco and the 2 rookies. Correct. Yeah. Correct. Yeah. 100%. Simple.
But I it just disgusts me because when I hear the people.
But you guys are just pulling a race card.
No, I'm not pulling the race card. I'm telling you, when I hear all of the people who cover sports and primarily football, what some of them stood on it. Like they did not like the fact they didn't.
Well, why is everybody so surprised? This happens every season, doesn't it? They devalue some color, and then they overvalue some white player. Come on, we've been talking about this for years on the show. It doesn't surprise me.
I've never seen it. I've never seen it with a quarterback. Where they fail. Lamar Jackson got picked in what round?
The first round.
Okay, then.
And how many MVPs? How many MVP? He went 29th. You're
missing my point.
You're missing mine too.
The point is that to go in the 5th round, where you're potentially a top 5, top 10 pick, right?
Tom Brady was a 6th rounder.
He wasn't projected to go high. Okay, I'm talking about somebody who's supposed to go 1 through 10. Supposed to get drafted at least a 1st round.
But you get listen. Everybody knows I throw my race card around like popcorn. My point is this: Dion and his team decided, they weren't going to use an agent. They weren't going to go out and hire them a Jew, haven't done Horowitz. So the NFL is probably thinking, man, I got to deal with this family and negotiating a contract for a 1st or 2nd rounder, and I don't want to deal with this.
The thought process is racial, right there.
It's slotted.
Why is it racial? He doesn't have an agent.
That's
they
racial.
don't want to deal with it.
Most of the people who don't have agents are black guys who don't want to pay an agent. Lamar Jackson did the same thing. Yeah. So it's still a racial undertone there, man. Yeah. It's racial. I mean, there's guys who don't hire agents, but they hire a law firm to pay them by the hour to negotiate that part of their contract.
Right.
So I mean,
okay. Well, he didn't go to the slave combine where they can fill on his bum and test his measurables. He didn't go work out for teams. I mean, come on, bro. Like, what do you want me to do? You want me you know?
So what's your point? What are you standing on? What are you saying? What's your opinion?
I'm just trying to add balance to this conversation.
No, don't add balance. Right, tell me what you thinking.
Start singing Kumbaya and running to the.
Tell me what you think
to the race car,
so I can dissect it.
I'm saying it could have been other things involved. And like for instance, he wouldn't do a workout. Like if I'm trying to hire you and use a 1st or 2nd rounder on you, and you're not gonna pull up. Look, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like your measurables. Listen, you're right here on your measurables. The high, low. You're right there mid on your measurables. So, come out here and show us what you can do. Talk to us. Chop it up with us.
Yeah, those coaches have been to Colorado's practices for the last 2 damn years.
He's met with teams, interviewed with teams. If you're talking about looking at his stuff, he got plenty of film.
You want to crown him, you go ahead and crown Shador.
Oh, okay.
I'm on record saying I wanted him in a Bears uniform. So don't start with me.
Well, you don't sound like it. Listen to what you saying right now. You
I'm
talking
just
about,
trying to play devil's advocate here, fella. I know
you tell us what you think, not what the
no, they didn't do that at Simeon.
John
That's
Q.
why.
Public. No, they did it at Eisenhower.
Drop dead gorgeous.
We brought
Blue Island.
Mitch
Eisenhower.
Trubisky in here after start 13 games in college and moving up in the draft to get a bum that drives a Camry.
All right, here we go. Snuggles, your favorite GM. You know, he can come in, he can fart in Diesel's kitchen, and Diesel, oh yeah, I love it. All right, here we go.
Before you play this,
did all your simulations, did you think there'd be 3 tackles taken in the top 9?
Simulations.
Yeah. It's been 4 years now that it's a pretty good tool.
Using ChatGPT.
Yeah, a little bit. I think there's some movement ahead of us that was unexpected, but I thought there'd be a little bit more. I guess there
You said it was going to be an explosive draft.
was at the end.
Yeah, you did.
I think there'll be even more tomorrow as well. So I think the amount of phone calls, some of the movement that we saw, maybe it wasn't like wild, but yeah, it was fun.
Hey, Colson.
Yes, sir.
This guy thought he was the coach.
The Bears. How you doing, man?
Because he don't say I'm a GM of the Bears.
Good. Ready to be a Chicago Bear?
Let's go, Coach. Come on,
Coach.
let's go.
Let's go.
Stupid.
Oh.
He ain't even correct.
Awesome,
I'm
man.
a
Air
GM,
quotes
bitch.
expert.
In the contracts, all of that stuff, that takes care of itself when you win. And actually, that's my biggest fear is winning here more than it is anything
That's his
else.
fear.
Because that's when it gets really hard. And
Air quotes problematic.
We're going to start with Diesel, the Ryan Poles apologist. What's your take on that? That's your GM right there. You like that?
Take as far as what? What are you asking me?
Do you like that? You just saw the 2 videos. Do you like that coming from your GM? Is he a man?
I mean, what? You mean his comments about the draft at the day one? Or what are you talking about?
His
Draft overall, what are
smug,
you talking about?
his overall smug. I'll throw it to Ace. All right,
Yeah,
Ace.
throw it to Ace, because you're not
what-
asking a clear and concise
What's your
question.
comment on what you just saw there, Ace?
FGB and fire Ryan Poles. That's my consensus. It's obvious that the new coach has a lot of input on what's going on in the personnel room for the Chicago Bears.
Drop dead gorgeous, coach.
You can say what the hell you want to about Ryan Poles, but all of these position players I believe have been chosen by Ben Johnson. They might meet together and do some brainstorming about the players that Ben Johnson wants. But I don't think Ryan Poles has much say up there at Hallis Hall anymore. Probably the most say he had this past 3 days was making a phone call first and saying, yeah, you want to be a Chicago Bear, I'm going to pass you off to coach.
Yeah. And his take about he's been using that simulation for 4 years, Diesel, and saying that it's worked pretty good. It's been working fine so far. Bro, we lost 10 straight games. We almost broke a Chicago Bears record. The Chicago Bears have been playing football for longer than any NFL football team in the history of the NFL. And we lost 10 straight games with your generational quarterback that you wanted to move off Justin Fields for. You come out here, you support Poles, you wanted to give him this draft. You wanted to give Ryan Poles this draft, and you sit out there, comes out there looking like a female cat, and you tell me you don't understand what the question is I'm asking. I don't see any other GMs.
Well, now you just asked it. What do you think about him saying that the thing that he used for the simulator or whatever? He's talking about the linemen that were picked. So he was like, yeah, I knew that there was going to be. I thought it would be that many linemen picked within the first 10 picks. That's what he was saying. I don't know what's so hard about that, but I believe you guys are still setting it up for trying to say if we end up winning, he's got nothing to do with it. Because that's what you're saying. Oh, them was Ben Johnson's picks. He didn't have nothing to do with those picks. Them was Ben Johnson's picks.
He didn't.
I didn't say that. They said that.
No, you were co-signing it. You were right behind him with your pom-poms. Yeah.
All right, hold on.
Yeah.
Well, we got.
You can't do that. You can't
Go
have
ahead,
it both
Ace.
ways, man.
We can
Can't
go
have
on
it
record.
both
I
ways.
said it, damn it, and I believe that he should be fired. He should have been fired after last season.
All right, Karen, we got the next video. This is your new shiny toy, Coast from Idaho Potato, Colston Loveland, company plant. Your days are numbered. I don't think Ben Johnson respects snitches, but here we go. Colston Loveland.
Do you have a very strong opinion on LeBron versus Michael Jordan? We're in Chicago. I have to ask you what it is.
Yeah. Next question. No. Both great players.
So apparently, he's been all over the internet supporting LeBron in the GOAT debate. So y'all saw his response to the question. What's your take on this?
I don't like dudes that come from Ohio State or dudes that come from Michigan. The only ones that I've cared for that come from them schools are people that were from Illinois before they went there anyway. But for the most part, I don't really care for dudes who come from Michigan to any of our pro teams or who come from Ohio State to any of our pro teams. I just don't, because they always got these weird-ass thought processes to me. They got these weird-ass thought processes for the most part. So
where do you like your poor and stupid from? Like Texas? You like them California, Texas, Illinois? Where you like your poor and stupid?
I mean, there's numb nuts all over the map. But for the most part, I tend to see more coming from Ohio State and Michigan, which leads me to have the same thought process for them. I don't really care about them cats like that. If they turn out to be great when they had a Chicago team, so be it. But I don't expect too much from them either way.
So you don't care that he feels like LeBron's the GOAT over Michael Jordan.
He's at Michigan in this day and age. He was born when LeBron was coming into the league.
Yeah, this kid's from Idaho. The kid's from Idaho. He's from Idaho.
That's all they say.
He's never seen Michael Jordan play. Plus he's
divide and conquer. We don't know what's in his heart.
He only had one TV.
Why don't they ask him about Larry Bird and Steve Nash? Why don't they ask him questions like that? Larry Bird or Jokic? Why don't we ask questions like that? We won't do it because it's your program. I just thought the kid, Ace had a nice comment on it. I thought the kid, he could have played it a little better. You know what I mean? Like, hey, you know where I'm at. You know what I'm saying?
I think he's better. I would say this. I think he's better than the guy that from Penn State. I think he's a better all around tight end.
Well,
I don't believe so.
I don't know, Ace. Look at this kid, man. It's somebody I like. Listen, I like
he's a better blocker. Dude can't block as good as him.
And he's a Swiss Army knife. This kid's like a tweener between a slot receiver.
He can run routes.
Yes, and he makes football plays, Ace. And he's stiff arms. He's not Cole Kmet.
Yeah, he's not going to be doing that shit in the NFL.
Listen, he's drop dead gorgeous. You needed somebody for your Buffalo Grove fans, your fans out there in Hoffman Estates.
They already talking about it. He needs to bulk up, and he's hurt.
All right, hold on. Listen. All right. He'll be fine. He's 6'5". Look at his measurables. All right. But
Loveland, tight end from Michigan, almost 6'6", 248 pounds. He is a long, lean, very athletic tight end for the Wolverines.
He's passive.
Someone who, at his height and size, is excellent getting in and out of breaks as a route runner, which leads to a lot of separation. He attacks the ball with his hands. He's got strong, reliable hands with a big catch radius. He can really go up and play above the rim and win in contested catch opportunities because of that athleticism, length, and jumping ability. After the catch, he can run away from you. He's got some make miss, and he also has displayed a real physical stiff arm to get away from tacklers. In the run game, he's consistent. He does a good job of staying connected. He's not the best finisher. I think as you see him grow and get stronger, you'll see an improvement in that department. But make no mistake about it, Colston Loveland is going to be very quarterback friendly and is ready to make an impact day one in the NFL.
Wide open, touchdown Loveland.
Got both feet in. He's a man, bro.
I don't know.
He was talking about wire fences
all around, better than the guy.
I've seen him making a lot of catches wide open.
And you act like that's his fault that he got wide open.
Right.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, okay, I
But
ran this route so superb
about his
that I was
ability to
able
get
to
in
get
and
on.
out of routes. Yeah. We'll see. I don't think he's going to be durable, but we'll see.
Well, let me ask you guys. We just saw his highlights. I don't want to get into who you would have taken in, Ace. We'll say that for later. Because Ace, you just don't like polls. So you're not gonna like anything he does.
Anybody he takes. So
Yeah,
he's
I'm tired of him
already-
bringing in hurt players.
He's
This
already
guy's hurt.
contaminated.
The damn
Hurt players,
tackle.
hurt players, healthy players, heal thy players.
Well, allegedly. But I don't like Poles. Well, this is not Poles' pick. It's Ben Johnson's pick. So we'll see. I mean, it's the draft. But we'll see what he does in the preseason and how he progresses.
You see how he hits his bets there, Diesel? It's not Poles' pick. Is
right. Because if he does good, he's gonna say, "Oh, that wasn't his pick." That's what I'm saying. He's already trying to set it up. So.
Hedging his bets.
Yeah, exactly.
Flatline Poles.
Borderline rubbing his fence on the bum. His bum on the fence. All right, we got a coon dance here. I don't know if we can say coon dance on.
You can't say that.
Karen, can you bring up Travis Hunter's coon dance? Thank you, Karen. Travis Hunter in the pink coat, coon dancing.
All right.
Yeah. Look at it. Yeah, you my boy. My boy, that's stupid. All right. All right. You guys, you got any take on that as we move on, and we'll get to the stuff.
No, I ain't got no take on that. I ain't messing with that.
You okay with that?
Well, I mean, the kid's happy. He just got drafted number 2 in the damn draft.
What's the significance of the pink coat?
Breast cancer month. Who knows? Who cares? I mean, he just, it's just what he wanted to wear.
Is this breast cancer awareness month? No, that's September.
That's in October. But
Fuchsia. That's what he had on.
Yeah, I mean, his stylist.
Okay. All right.
Don't ask us if you want us to start answering.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
All right.
That's the coat he's been dreaming to wear.
All right. Let me give you my take.
All right.
Yeah, Karen. I want Karen. You need a close up. I want to see my big lips on the screen. All right. I'm gonna give a 0 for the pink jacket. I'm going to give him a 0 points for that, and then a little coon dance. I don't know if it was a crip walk or, and then you hug the guy. You sit there and you hug the
commissioner. Everybody hugs him.
Yeah, but it's a coon dance, and so I like it. He was happy. That's fine, but I think we should move away from that. I don't see any others doing such. So we'll leave it at that. All right, let's get to the NFL draft. Because you guys don't want to go there.
I mean, he's a cornball. I mean, he likes to have fun. He likes to dance. He likes to do TikTok video. I mean, this is the NFL now. Unfortunately, that's how you make money.
Okay, that's what you guys want to stay with. That's what we'll stay with.
It has nothing to do with what he does on the field.
All right, y'all, let's get to it. Let's get to the draft. I like that. All right, y'all, we're going to get to the draft. So one thing I wanted to start out with is the big trade. They moved down, right? Jags, Browns trade. Browns moved down. Jags moved up. They got the generational player in my mind. I'm on record. I'd have this kid. He'd be my number 1, number 2 receiver, whatever he won out at. He'd be my number 1, number 2 corner, wherever he won at out. And he'd be my punt returner and my kick returner. And he'd be serving water on the sidelines when he has the opportunity. This kid would do everything.
No, I can't do that in the NFL.
It's less plays in the NFL. There was more plays in college, bro.
Yeah, but it's bigger, faster, stronger guys out there.
What do you mean he can't? I don't like this narrative that he can't do it in the NFL. They said he couldn't do it in college. And then they said he couldn't do it in the big level in college, and he did it. Why can't he do it in NFL? And then there's a narrative that, oh, he's going to have a shorter career and you got to save this young man's career. The average career in the NFL for the poor and stupid is 3 to 4 years anyway. Either he's going to last long or he's not.
Yeah.
I think he'll be I think he can play both because he's been conditioned to play that way.
Yes.
And I think he'd be like a number 2 corner and
Yes.
a number 1 or 2 wideout.
Adds value. And if this kid is just, imagine if Ben Johnson had a kid like this. And if this kid is your switch army knife, you can have him in the slot, you can have him on the edge, you can have him doing all kind of stuff. You can have him running reverses, but I'm not going to bring it to the Bears. My point is, when you get a kid like this, if you don't use them like that, why draft them so high? Why use all that capital? Basically, they got basically they covered 2 draft needs with one person. It's brilliant.
I'm just saying that, yes, he can do it, but I'm saying he's not going to be able to go out there and play every offensive and defensive snap
Listen,
like he was able to do.
Pookie, you got to have some realistic dreams out there, Pookie.
No,
you can't do it. You know what I mean? The NFL was built on two-way
and
play.
return kicks. Yeah, come on, man.
Bro, y'all acting like, listen, football ain't like basketball, man. They don't run around as much. If you look at the time that they're actually running in a football game, bro, that blows your mind, bro. It's under like 8 or 12 minutes, bro. They're not doing much.
Okay. We'll see.
I got no problem with him playing both sides. So
yeah, he can play both sides, but I would say temper his. I guess it would be based on your game plan for the week. How much he's going to play on each side of the ball.
All right. Well, let's get to the draft. I want to mainly focus on the Bears, but I did want to touch on the overall picks. Because you guys were kind of on point with how you said how it was gonna shake out. So, anything jump out to you specifically about the first round, bro?
Yeah, nothing really. I mean, except for the Shedeur droppage to the 5th round, but everything fell pretty much how it looked like it was going to fall. With Genty going to the Raiders. That's that was.
I knew that was going to happen. They've been talking about it all week. I just wish the Bears would have
moved up. That's what I said. They
weren't going to get him. But if they weren't going to get him, they could have moved back a couple of spots, got another second, and took the running back from North Carolina.
If you're going to be the GM and that's your guy, you move up and get him.
I'm saying if you don't get him, they didn't get no damn running back this draft.
They got one in the 6th round.
You know
and they said he's a steal of the draft. If he can
he's not a steal.
They said he's a poor man's Genty.
No, he's not. He is a
thumper. They say
he's gonna replace Roquan. That's what he is. He can get you tough yards, break tackles, but he is not a breakaway kind of back. Okay.
What do you have against that kid?
If he was that good, don't you think somebody would have picked him before the 7th round?
Yeah, he's poor and stupid. He's going to do exactly what we need him to do, being that
they better hope somebody gets cut or is available that's a really good back, because you're not going to win with Swift, Roquan, and the rookie as your 3 running backs. You just not for what Ben Johnson likes to do. You need
passing league, 2 tight ends.
To run what?
Well, that's what you got. That's what you wanted when you moved off Justin. You said it's a passing league.
It is a passing league, but he likes to run within that passing game.
Right. So he's gonna put Swift on the outside.
Do it, man. Listen.
And he got 2 thumpers and Johnson.
And he's got Swift. He knows what he's got in Swift.
No, Swift is what he is.
All right. We're gonna get to the Bears real quick. Cam Ward. Nobody had a problem with that, right? Yes, what y'all predicted, right? Okay.
Cam Ward. I mean, it could have been him or Shedeur.
Yeah.
And then Travis Hunter went number 2. And that's what I'm saying, Ace. If I was GM, I would have been moving up and grabbed me a dog. And I would have got me an Abdul Carter or a Travis Hunter or somebody out of this draft.
I got you. Why not?
And that would have helped Ben Johnson.
Give him next year's number 1, and let's get that. Let's move up and get that kid.
Let's get a dog.
Especially when number 2 was in play. And you let Jacksonville move up and get Travis Hunter. So it is what it is.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So the Bears took Colson Loveland. What grade are y'all giving that as a first round pick?
B. I give it a B.
It's a B so far. They say based on his potential, he's the best tight end in the draft. The guy from the Shrine game said he's one of the best players coming out of college football behind Travis Hunter. So, well, I mean, we'll see.
So then when we moved over to the second round, let's see. Luther Burden, wide receiver. Now this guy is supposed to be a dog, but they said he slid. Why did he slide like FBG Duck?
He's black.
I don't know.
No, I think he had some
his year.
undertones.
No, his year. So the year before, he had an outstanding year, right?
Mm-hmm.
This year that he came out, he dipped a little. But you know why he dipped? Because they didn't have no damn quarterback who could throw him the ball. So he's still a bad dude. I love that choice as a slot guy.
Oh, I see your point, Ace. Because he's black, they want to underpay him.
Yeah, and he's kind of like a Velus Jones, but can catch.
Boy. Don't be comparing him to Hall of Fame Jones. Give this kid a chance.
He's a Velus Jones, but that can catch the damn ball. So the knock on him has been his route running, and that he's a gadgety, gimmicky, screen type guy. But
just with your boy, he's a rent type.
Yeah, I mean the kid. Everybody's saying the kid's a stud, and from the highlights I've seen, he should be. It sounds like the end of Tyler Scott to me.
He sure sounded like a dog in the interviews. I'll say that much. And he seemed like he's got a chip on his shoulder. He seems like a ma'am. Maybe this kid could be used in some kickoff return packages. Get this kid to work. Return, and
he's running a sub 4.40.
Especially with the kickoff rule changed again.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be big. People ain't gonna want to give you the ball at the 35-yard line no more. They went from the 30 to the 35.
Yeah.
So we went out and got a Ozzie Trapillo in the second round out of Boston College. He's a right tackle. He played left tackle his freshman year. You like that move? I like the move.
I love it because it ensures you that if the weak link on the line, if he ain't up to par, we got your replacement sitting right here. So that was excellent.
Now they came out with
drafted his replacement last year.
Yeah,
the third round.
The guy, man, that was a bad pick.
He showed some. Man, he's
who drafted him?
Mbengumbe.
Who drafted him?
Poles did.
Ryan Poles.
Oh yeah.
He showed some signs though, bro. I think he's gonna be a good one, man. If he could just stay healthy.
He showed signs of being a turnstile in on the game he played in. And the next game they didn't have a uniform for him.
Yeah, no, but he got better, bro. Because he played a couple games. No, he got better, bro. I'm telling you, bro.
Man, that first game he played, you could have put Sister Mary Margaret out there, and she could have blocked better than him.
Yeah, but he was thrown out there. That was bad coaching. It was just.
It was the end of the season. He had a whole season to get ready, and he was drafted hurt.
Listen, you just don't like Poles. All right. Well, I was on his bum about the draft pick, but because he spent too high of a capital on him, right, to redshirt him. But he showed me I saw something where I see where Poles took him, bro. I think that kid can come out to something.
I like the pick though, because now it gives us more depth.
Depth on the offensive line. Yeah.
Which we need, because we do got vets, and if somebody gets hurt or something,
you're not bringing a complete bum out there. Correct. Yeah. All right. How about Shamar Turner? He seems like an R&B singer. He's out of Texas A&M. Defensive tackle. All right. So.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. I liked that pick.
And he's poor and stupid. You got him in a round that easy on the Bears pocketbooks, and maybe he wants to come out there and play.
Oh yeah, because if he puts that first name Shamar on a corporate application now with the whole DEI scandal, they're not even gonna call him in Shamar. They're gonna know he's coming.
That gives us 3 D tackles that he can rotate
in the rotation
with Grady and Dexter.
Yeah.
And don't we got one more too, right? This from last year.
Well, give me the second round.
Yeah, they got Pickens, Dexter.
Yeah.
They got Grady, and they got
they
this
picked up
kid.
the free agent. They picked up that free agent defensive tackle.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh, okay. So grade the second round. I'll give it an A.
I'm gonna give it a B plus. I'm gonna give it a B plus.
The kid, they say
remember it's not
talent.
Paul's drowning. It's not
Ben
Paul's
Johnson's guy.
Yeah, it's Ben Johnson.
He's got 9 sisters, so I think this kid wants to play football and get out of the ghetto. So I think he's poor and stupid right now, and he's going to do what the Bears need to do to win. And he said he wants to win. And then none of them other guys that came out there and say the Bears want to win and I want to win. So
you're right.
Let's win some damn games.
He sure did.
Yeah.
I
give him
did
an
hear
A.
that. So for that round, the second round, you're giving him an A?
Yeah.
And you know what else we forgot to mention? They did a trade and got picked up an extra pick. They only had two. They moved down.
They moved down in the second round.
And they picked up an extra second round. Was it an extra second round pick? Yeah.
And we got our third again back later, or fourth back.
We did another trade.
For next year.
Yeah, that was.
So we had nothing in the third round, right? He don't need to be drafted in the third round.
He might as well just
just bad luck for him.
When he goes to his next team, he could draft in the third round.
Now, who's this Ruben Hypocrite? Ruben Hippolyte out of Maryland, linebacker, 4th round now.
This is a speedster, but nobody's ever heard of him.
No, I actually, because I watched
Big Ten football.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how I know about the running back from Rutgers that we got.
Yeah, I saw him play. He's a thumper.
I like that.
Yeah, if he had breakaway speed, I'd be feeling different.
You don't need breakaway speed.
No, yes, you do.
You need a hole.
He'll get a. Hey, look,
and a minimum to make people miss.
He'll get through. Oh, he can jitter at the line.
That's what I'm saying.
Which neither one of our backs can do that right now. But once he breaks through, he'll get caught. He won't go all the way.
That's all right.
That's why. But he can break tackles. That's why I say he can replace Roshan or Roquan.
Justin Fields had breakaway speed.
No, yes, he did.
Wasn't good enough for you. All right, but
Fields put another fine in the jar.
So you guys like Ruben Hippolyte II? You like that? I don't know who he is, and I don't care.
We always need speed.
Practice squad.
We need linebackers to possibly replace linebackers who ain't playing good.
Yeah,
those guys are making a lot of money. This kid's
lot of money. All right, 5th round, the Bears picked up Za Frazier, UTSA, a cornerback. Okay.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a big, tall cornerback, 6'3".
Oh, body type.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. I would like to say these guys aren't going to be anybody, but we've had guys in the late round become Hall of Famers like Tom Brady. So, so we got to give them some mention.
Well, you got to have guys on the special teams, and you got to have some guys that are on the practice squad. Yeah.
Practice squad.
Yeah. Wait a minute. And didn't they say they are increasing the roster?
Yeah, I don't know if this is going to happen this year, but hopefully it does, because you got so many injuries every day.
You got to, because they got that extra game. You got to have more depth for your team.
You can get you another quarterback like a Shedeur Sanders and have him sitting on your bench.
So y'all know what y'all know, and we're going to be a pass happy. You guys having some fantasy that we're going to be a modern offense over there on that lakefront with the wind whipping around, whatever. Talk to me about it right now. Your starting lineup. So we'll start left tackle. Left tackle right now. Who's starting?
Braxton Jones.
Okay.
You still let him start.
Left guard.
That's Tony.
I agree. Center.
Free agent that we picked up.
Oh, the guy from Atlanta, yeah.
Yeah, he's a nasty, violent, savage son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we picked up a right guard too, right?
Yeah, from the guy from the Rams. Yeah.
All right, and then Darnell Wright. So that's solid, bro.
Yeah, our
And then
line
you
should be a totally different thing this year.
and then you got the caddy, the big African is a backup lineman, right? Tackle.
And the rookie that we
Right.
just
You
got.
just picked up this rookie.
Right.
And we had some other ones too, like Pryor or somebody that now are backups. Yeah.
We'll see who makes it out of camp.
We'll see who makes it out of camp. And I think they got rid of that offensive line coach that should have been the first guy fired when Flus did all the firing years
You're
ago.
damn right they fired that son of a bitch.
He was a company plant.
Yeah.
All right, so we did the line. Who's your tight end one?
Oh boy, did we just draft it? Because the damn show ain't commit.
Lovely.
He can't block anything.
You're paying him $50 million.
What did I call
Justin
him?
Fields said he doesn't make football plays.
The
He
whiffer.
never supported Justin Fields when he played for him, and he's taking shots at Hottopics as we speak.
And
Go
you
ahead,
know
go
what?
ahead.
Yeah, he's a whiffer. That's what I'm calling him. And
Whiffer.
And I didn't like how he used to. It almost seemed like he was a critic of the Bears.
He is.
He was like always criticizing Justin and the offensive.
It was all about poor him.
basketball.
Poor him. I've been losing ever since I've been here, but I've never lost like this in my life. And
Yeah, they should have traded him. They could have got somebody to take that damn contract on. They should have sent him packing if they knew they were going to draft a damn tight end in the first round.
Sure should have. All right, but we'll say this. So do you agree, Ace? The rookie, y'all slotting him in unless Cole beats him out.
If we're starting one tight, or if we're starting two, then it's both of them.
Well, in the 12 package, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, he likes to usually start the game that way.
Yeah, he
right?
does that a lot.
They're gonna run out
But
of
we're
12.
just saying, who's your tight end one in the depth chart? That's all.
Oh, tight end one is the rookie.
All right.
He's
You
the
agree?
backup.
You agree, Ace?
Yeah, I don't like Cole Kmet.
So Cole's your tight end two. All right. So then let's go wide receiver one. I know you're a big DJ Moore fan, Diesel.
Oh, Moore's number one.
Definitely
He's number
DJ
one
Moore.
guy. Number one.
DJ.
So right now, Rome's your wide receiver two.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is this rookie wide receiver three, bro?
Going in the slot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be yeah. Him or
They brought out free agent.
What's the guy that
it ain't gonna be him, the free agent. It was gonna be
y'all
him.
want every year. Connor
Bayless Jones?
No, the fourth wideout. Wasn't Tyler Connor?
Tyler Scott.
Tyler Scott.
Scott. Okay. Scott.
Tyler Scott's going out on the same bus that the Hall of Fame Bayless Jones, and they need to bring Bayless Jones back. I want to go to a Bears game with a Bayless Jones jersey on.
Wasn't there another receiver we drafted in the later rounds?
No.
I seen the people that signed on.
Oh, maybe the undrafted people.
They signed like 3 receivers.
Yeah, undrafted. Yeah,
Three of them.
yeah.
Competition. You want a job?
Yeah.
That's what it's about, bro.
Yeah. And you didn't mention this too, Mercer. Sanders' brother, he didn't get drafted.
Shiloh.
Yeah. He signed with Tampa as a free agent. He didn't get
If
drafted.
I was both those kids, I would go back to college.
No,
But Shiloh he's been there a long
He's been in college about 12 years.
Who, Shiloh?
Yeah.
I think that was his 5th
You
year.
out here like Tony Player. He's 37 years old. Dude. It's not looking good. Yeah.
And I can't believe he didn't get drafted because he could hit and he could cover. He was like a safety / corner.
Yeah, well, LeVar Ball is his dad.
Yeah, he's not that bright.
Nobody wants to deal with Archie Manning. All right, but let's move on. So DJ Moore, I agree with you guys. Wide receiver 2 is Rome. I think we're in agreement. Wide receiver 3 is the rookie. I think we're in agreement there, which is far enough to go. Who's your RB1?
You got to go with Swift.
I got a question mark at this point.
Based on who's on the roster.
Yet to be determined.
I agree, Ace. You got to go with Swift based upon who's on the roster. And with this new offensive line, Diesel, you got to imagine
Swift
with the
is
new
my
scheme.
number 2 running back regardless. I don't care. He's number 2. Okay?
So you might as well say the rookie is your running back 1 because you said the rookie's going to beat out.
My rookie is the number 3 because he's beating out.
Okay. So who's number 1? If Swift's
it's
number
yet
2.
to be determined. We got to see who's free agents who get cut before the
You
deadline.
talking about getting
and
people
picking
off
up
the
some-
ice cream truck?
We got to because they didn't draft nobody for that position.
All right, Ace, who's your RB1? Ace?
You're paying this guy $8 million. It's going to be Swift.
The amount of money does not determine your production on the field. I'm
Well,
sorry.
We're just projecting right now. Obviously, anything can happen in camp, right?
And we got a running backs coach now.
We in the boardroom, yet to be determined, is what I'm right.
If Swift was drop dead gorgeous, you wouldn't have this problem. Because
If
Swift
Swift
played,
was drop
he played,
dead
he knows the
gorgeous,
system. He played in the system already.
That doesn't mean anything.
Right.
Doesn't mean anything.
I agree with Ace in this situation. Swift is my RB1. I know. I bitched about him all season. I know. I remember the stuff, but you can't sit here and hold Caleb Williams' hand and tell me the line is the reason why he got sacked a team record 68 times in one season, and then sit here and talk about Swift like he's pouring stupid.
Well, all of them sacks wasn't the line's fault. Sometimes it was Caleb's fault, right? But Swift, all them tackles for loss wasn't the line's fault.
I know he wasn't making nobody miss.
If he can't juke one guy, I mean, come on, man. No, he's not my starting running back. I think they should have got him back, and they didn't.
All right.
That's the only part of the draft I'm upset with, is that they didn't draft a running back higher.
And who's your QB1?
Oh, y'all, worst nightmare if he does well. Caleb, yeah.
Oh, worst nightmare? He's our quarterback.
Right.
Oh,
You're on
you
record
guys wanna
saying
see
that.
him. You guys want to see him fail?
No. He's a tough kid. He's a bear. I came in there. Ace disagreed. He said he can't give him bear status yet. I said he's a bear. I saw him get sacked 68 times and get up. I was saying the same thing about Justin Fields when he was struggling.
There you go again.
I was saying the same thing. Ace
Money to the
remembers.
job.
I was like, this kid's tough. He keeps getting up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something. He's a bear. You know?
Well, you know, Caleb learned to go down a lot more than
As the
those
season went on.
He learned those
hits
moves
he was taking in the
and those little moves he was doing in college ain't necessarily working.
Yeah, those guys are a lot faster and bigger up here and stronger.
Yeah, and got more talent.
Yeah, so get your ass on the ground. I mean, it's a sack, but you know, hopefully with the new coaching staff, with Eric Bieniemy and Ben Johnson's offense, he learns to hit the check down or you know, run the plays where you're not just throwing the damn ball or waiting for the ball, the 30-yard out to be open. You got 2-3 receivers in the same area like you did all last year with the Chicago Bear offense.
Thanks. And bro, Ryan Poe sat there next to Ben Johnson, and he was talking about, I was talking to Ben about, we want to get these guys so we can get the ball out of the quarterback's hand and get it into these players quick and let them use their talent. And I just wanted to reach through the screen and say, but you said none of this for Justin Fields.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And we all said he was holding the ball. Didn't we say we said he was holding the ball because he had nobody to throw?
There was nobody to throw to.
Yes.
And there was no time to throw the ball. But, you know, he never wanted to support JF1, and, you know, he got him out of town. That's what he wanted to do.
Yeah, to keep his job. Diesel said it. It's the safest thing to do as a GM.
Yeah, but your favorite Pookie coach, he let him go out of Pittsburgh.
4-2.
Where? He let him go. I wonder why, right?
Well, because Tomlin doesn't like the copper-colored quarterback. All right. He brought 2 in for his Rooney Rule last season, but other than that, he's never had a copper-colored quarterback.
Yeah, he wants a big Rapelessberger with the strong arm. And,
yeah. That's what he wants. So it's sad as it pains me to say, he don't believe in because he moved off. He could have drafted Shador multiple times, bro.
Yeah, no interest, and they damn sure need a quarterback.
Yeah, he could have used a 4th-round pick on Shador.
Man, he's so stupid, like the rest of them, man. That's what I've been telling you. You get all these other teams that needed quarterbacks.
The Jets
could have got him in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and you still didn't take him.
The Jets should have got him. I would have had him as a backup, hold the clipboard behind JF1.
Yeah.
You could have done that too.
The Giants could have drafted him even though they got old boy in the 1st round. But once you made it to the 4th, 5th round, this guy's still out here, man.
Man, like the Giants definitely could have got him. because it creates competition. But that's what we were saying last season. But nobody, oh, you can't do that no more. Why not?
Right.
You know, I had some cats with me, riding with me the other day, and they was talking about Purdy. Yeah, you're gonna have to pay him $50 million. You don't have to pay him $50 million. It's what he can negotiate.
Right. And you know, but they
They
got
could have drafted.
Shador.
They sure could. I'm surprised they did.
They could have
Dallas,
drafted him.
the Cowboys could have drafted him.
Could you imagine him in that Frisco offense, which is kind of like the Rams offense,
Learning under that offensive coordinator, that head coach.
where the accuracy is
Shanahan.
important for the types of things they do.
Yes.
And he would excel at that.
You
And
know
they
who
just-
else? You know who else? Who I think Sean Payton don't like your copper-colored quarterbacks. I'm surprised Sean Payton didn't take a flyer on him in the 4th round.
Yeah, he doesn't like color.
I think he
Because he
didn't do
likes
it
accuracy.
because-
He don't like you holding the ball. Yeah.
Well, and
He don't like
because
colors.
the rookie they just got last year, I think it would have sent a wrong message, right? Because
Here we go with
they in
this stuff.
Denver.
Oh,
Well, it
Nick.
would've-
It'll
it
send a
would've-
message, all right. You better stay in your playbook and keep your job. Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been. It would have been. It wouldn't have been. It wouldn't have been unless you planned on trading them. Like even the Bears, if the Bears would have drafted them, I would have said, okay, now you can trade them to a team that needs a quarterback and get
Correct,
something
bro.
for
But
him.
look, if
The Bears need a
Be-
quarterback.
if the Bears would have got him and he came in camp and was on that system and whipping that ball around in front of Ben Johnson, and Caleb was still standing there holding the ball, painting his fingernails, and if I could just you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying,
Yeah.
bro. I'm saying you start Shador and then
Right.
you trade Caleb.
Right, but they wouldn't. That ain't.
See,
if
they
a
can't
team
do that.
A
They
team
can't.
that has a quarterback,
Mhm.
if you draft a guy like that,
San
he's
Fran did it. They moved off their quarterback and went with Mr. Irrelevant. Did they not, Ace? And he
They shipped him right out of town after
shipped
getting
him right out of town on the first thing.
5 first-round draft picks to get his ass there.
he was awful and hurt. That's two things you can't have: hurt and awful. So that's just a horrible combination.
Dallas moved off Romo.
Dallas
for
couldn't. Why
Dak
Dallas
Prescott,
couldn't
a
take him?
third
Dak
rounder.
Prescott is over.
Third rounder.
Not only is he get hurt every year now, hurt every year. So
Well,
why
Dallas-
you couldn't pick up?
Well, I
Shador?
moved off Dak when he wasn't supporting Kaepernick. Yeah, in the kneeling. I moved off Dak a long time ago. So.
And Dallas, you know, the general manager's the owner, so he's stupid.
All right, so let's go to the defensive side of the ball. Your right end is that Smart? What's his name over there? The guy we got from Washington?
No,
not Smart. The guy from Washington. Let me pull up the Bears depth chart. Here we go. Our line, bro. Okay, here we go.
The Ogumbogo.
Montez Sweat. So Montez Sweat's going to be the left defensive.
Yeah.
Everybody's okay with that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's obvious.
Then you got Grady.
Is your left defensive tackle. Wow. Oh, they're going to be tough on them. That's going to free up Sweat. Oh, man.
Yeah. And if Dexter comes back and if he's had a strong off season, now you don't have the pressure because you're playing next to a super stud and the guy they picked up from Atlanta with Sweat out there, and you got the Ogobogo next to you.
All right.
Yeah.
So Grady Jarrett, left defensive tackle.
Yeah.
Andrew Billings is the second in the depth chart. Y'all agreeing with how this is laid out?
Yeah.
Zach
Well,
Pickens.
He's hurt.
Who, Billings?
Yeah, he's hurt last year.
Yeah, he'll probably be second or Pickens. So, all right.
Yeah.
Robon Dexter Sr. is going to be your right tackle, your 5 tech.
Right, defensive tackle. Yeah. He's a big kid. He flashed at the beginning of last year, but then his play increased. Yeah. He was flashing at the beginning, but he's still a young player.
So Dio Odumbingo, he's the free agent we brought in. He's from some sort of
came from the Colts.
gorgeous country in Africa. Okay.
He came from the Colts.
Okay, all right. So y'all starting him over the rookie, and that's going to be a camp thing, huh? This is a camp thing.
Yeah, the rookie should be like the third person for that D tackle.
I don't know. They got him slotted.
If he
shows in
plays and
camp,
gets, yeah.
man, it's rookie over free agent when it comes to a GM and a coach's mindset.
Man, they gave that dude $40-50 million. He's playing.
Man, I hate hearing that. If this kid beats this dude out,
he's not going to beat him out to start the season. Now, if he gets better toward the middle of the season, then damn it, put him out there. But it's the NFL. Everybody's got to play. You get those guys going in a rotation, and hopefully by the middle of the season, we got dogs just going after the quarterback every play. Yeah.
All right. Left. What's his Will linebacker? T.J. Edwards and Amen Ombong Baminga as your backup. You guys okay with TJ? Just got a new contract. Y'all good with that?
Yeah, he's starting. He's not going anywhere. He led the league and led the team in tackles last year.
Oh, so your boy Ruben Hypocrite, Tizo. Yeah, man, it's gonna be some competition, and don't tell me how much Tremaine Edwards is getting paid.
I don't like Edmonds.
Yeah,
Tremaine Edmonds, he's got to have a bounce back year. He might be looking for another team.
Listen, I don't care how much money he's getting
some
paid.
Some of those dudes are gonna get cut.
Yes, because there's a new defensive coordinator, in town, and some of these decisions y'all saying he ain't married to none of that. Ryan Poles ain't running this no more.
Yeah, but Brett Johnson picked these guys
before they hit that roster, that final roster, and you always see teams.
Ben Johnson didn't pick these defensive guys, bro. They went in and talked to he left it for his defensive coordinator, bro. His defensive coordinator worked with Ryan Poles to come up with these players, bro. That's what they discussed in the press.
Under the head coach. The head coach brought in Dick Allen to run his system, and he went out and got the players that, the head coach and the defensive coordinator agreed upon.
The head coach is an offensive guy. He don't have much to say.
Yeah, he's got to know about defense. That's the only way you win games. Unfortunately, we had a coach last year, new defense, didn't know shit about offense. So we lost 10 games in a row.
Well, I'm more concerned then if Ben Johnson is making these defensive picks and he's been a tight end coordinator.
Well, I'm sure he's got a say in it,
building an offense.
But Dick Allen is a former head coach, and he's been a defensive coordinator for a number of years and a head coach. So I know he knows what he's doing.
They'll be playing a whole lot more man-to-man.
Yeah.
Than they have been.
Yes. All right, but they're still in the 4-3, thank God.
Yeah, and they're going to put some pressure on the damn quarterback this year. He's not going to be running around back there for 10 damn seconds waiting for somebody to get open.
Yeah, but that's going to help, though, because look at that line. That line should be decent. All right, and then we got Noah Sewell. What is this SLB? What is that? I don't know. Strong? Noah Sewell? Who is this? Swayze Bozeman? Who are these guys?
Sewell is the guy that they drafted last year.
Yeah,
you like him?
Played last year. He was okay.
Yeah, he might.
Right.
He in a position not to make the team too. Hopefully, he had a good off season.
Is he poor and stupid? Because right now ESPN's got him slotted as number one at this position.
Oh, fuck ESPN. I mean, did I say that out loud?
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, we'll see. I mean, it's up to our new D coordinator who he sees out there he wants to put out there, because it's going to be I know it's going to still be a 4-3, but the defense has got to be totally different.
Oh yeah, it's going to be more aggressive. He already said that. So you got Jalen Johnson. All right, everybody's okay with that. Jaquan Brisker, I like that. Yeah, he's a man. Byard and Tavarius Moore. All right, looks good, man. Kyler Gordon. Hey, all right. I think. Hey, all right. I mean, who put this roster together, Dizo? Who's responsible for all these players?
Oh, you guys are the anti-poles, right?
I'm just asking you a question. Why can't you answer
the anti-poles? Yeah.
I mean, it's a nice looking roster, and the roster was put together by Ryan Poles.
I think on both sides of the ball, and then special teams will find out. But as far as offensively and defensively, both sides of the ball, we look very competitive.
So grade that offensive roster. If you guys are the team president, we just sat in a meeting and broke that down. How it looks now, great.
B.
The offense.
C+ because the running back situation. If there's a good running back, starting running back, my grade would be a B+. But it's a C+ because I don't like the running back situation.
And they said a
and
B.
They didn't address it.
So I'll say B-. But the national pundits and the local pundits are saying it's the greatest. Once again, yeah, we've won the offseason once again. I'm so sick of hearing this. And we're going to be the best team ever. All right, defense. Grade the defense.
Defense should be top notch.
Yeah,
that roster, though.
Defense, I give a B. I would still like a end that we didn't get in the draft to go with Sweat.
Didn't we address that in the free agency?
Yeah, we still need some more poor and stupid out there. We need to increase the rotation of defensive ends that we got on edge rushers on the team.
Yeah, because Dio DeBingo is one of those guys. Nobody knows if he could just, maybe. If he can
And he was playing in the dome last year, so we'll see.
Well, had we had the Hall Diesel, we could have addressed all those issues.
Meaning what? The Hall from what?
The Justin Fields.
Oh,
moving off Justin Fields.
I set you up for that. Put more money into
Yeah, everybody knows what we mean by the Hall.
And we would have had Shador in the fifth round.
Could have had the whole Sanders family.
Yeah.
And Travis Hunter.
Hey, we needed the safety, man. They could have picked up his brother.
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, but they didn't want to move off Mr. Simone Biles. He's good for the locker room.
Yeah, but you need more than him because you need a possible backup for a starter.
Yeah. But it's a good story having her in there. She's the Chicago version of Taylor Swift, wearing her Green Bay Packers swag, on the Bears property.
Yeah, she won't do that again.
Yeah,
she got a Bears Jonathan Owens jacket.
Grade our coaching staff. Put together by Ben Johnson. Or was it put together by Ryan Post? Because I don't
yet to be determined. We can't grade it until they perform.
It was put together by Ben Johnson. Ryan Post.
Post got Ben, and Ben got the special teams guy and the defensive coordinator. And he's basically the offensive coordinator. So,
but wasn't Post getting the coaches under Eberflus? No, not necessarily.
Yeah, he was. He signed off on him. He didn't fire Eberflus the year after he got Justin. Got rid of Justin.
Diesel's forgotten about all of that.
No, he had to give he showed. I told y'all he showed like too much loyalty from where he came to the.
You forgot about all that. You forgot about how they moved off of all the Bears. You know what I mean? You just want to see the good stuff. That's fine.
Oh no, I mean, I know I put some more money in that jar because that's what you're alluding to.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So based upon what we're seeing, coaching staff, the hiring, I liked it. I said they needed some veterans, and they got a veteran coaching staff. They got the wide receiver, Antoine L. They got what's his name, Bieniemy. The moves they made, bro. I'll give it right now. I'll give it a solid B. Do we have any colors? Any colored?
Yeah, you got Bieniemy as the running backs coach.
Coordinators.
Antoine Rano L is the assistant head coach.
Coordinators.
No, we don't have any color.
He's the wide receiver coach.
Yeah, no colored coordinator. So based upon that, I'll give it a B.
He's a wide receivers coach and the assistant head coach.
Yeah, not enough color in there for me. I'm gonna give it a B.
I'll give him an A.
You could have kept Thomas Brown and made Thomas Brown your offensive coordinator.
No, he didn't know what he was doing either. Based on where we came from last year to the potential we got, I'll give him an A.
Even though there's no color to the helm. This is DEI. All right, that's fine. A and Diesel was.
There was no colors in the helm last year. Thomas Brown was the damn running backs coach or whatever the hell.
No, the defense coordinator was colored.
Yeah,
it was Thomas. Wasn't it Thomas Brown?
Yeah, he didn't.
He was colored.
He didn't know what he was doing.
And then before that, he was colored. One thing about Flus kept a minority in the funnel.
Yeah, because he wanted somebody that he could blame.
He's anchored in. These Leo guys. All right. So, what's your grade for the coaches, Diesel? I know we're going to grade them postseason. Of course.
Well, just on the staff with everybody, I'll give him a B for right now. I'll give him a B.
Based upon all the wizardry by Ryan Poles and his AI and his team and Ben Johnson, everyone else in the Bears organization, Hallis Hall, Brain Trust.
Yeah.
Right now, you guys, barring any catastrophes, how many games will the Chicago Bears win? It's hard to do. We're not looking at the schedule. Okay. How many games? Let's see if we can get the schedule up here.
I got them winning 11 games.
Wow.
I think they got a real tough schedule.
Wow. 10-7. You got 11.
Yeah, because they got to go to Washington and Baltimore this year.
Wait a minute. It's supposed to just be one division outside of your home. You know, you're gonna play 8 games through your division. And then they got one extra game, I guess, outside of playing a conference. You know,
Hold it. I gotta give a big ups to Kenny Adams in the chat. He said, "Hey fellas, FGB." Did you hear that?
Oh, Kenny! Shout out to Kenny.
Did you hear what he said, Diesel? Right there, typed it in there. Hey fellas, FGB.
Well, I didn't see him out there at the draft, out in the crowd holding up a sign.
Nobody wants to go out there. That's what's wrong with you, Chicago people. I went on the ops block, man. Yeah, it's a shorty over there. I went to holler at. She live over in the ops neighborhood. How you getting there? I'm walking. Yeah. Then you come back, you got stumped out, and they took your Louis Vuitton belt, and you want all the guys to go back over there and help you get your chain back. All right. Kenny Adams said, "You like Poles, get over it." Yeah, I like Kenny Adams. I'm rubbing my. No, I'm not. I don't like Poles.
I don't like Poles. I just said he deserved to.
Why does he deserve?
If you're gonna fire him, you should have fired him before. But once you kept him, then you let him do this draft. That's what I was saying. Like, why would you want to fire him before the draft after you decided to keep him?
Yeah, they should have fired him last year.
Yeah, they should have fired him before.
Yeah, he could have been fired last year, and I'd have been okay with that.
You'd have been
since
okay.
They kept him, I was like, well, you got to let him do the draft.
They could have They could have hired a Hitler. Donald Trump be the GM, and you'd be sitting there defending him. I'm just saying, bro. It don't make no sense. You're contradicting yourself. All right, we got Dobbsy34 said speedy special teams Sanborn replacement. He must be talking about that linebacker.
Yeah, the guy out of Maryland.
Okay. Squeegee said, I was surprised by our picks. I wonder if that's Squeegee. I know a Squeegee. It's one of the, if it's a Squeegee, I know. All right, a big ups to Squeegee. Dylan Campbell said, "The Bears, we had a decent draft." Okay. Overall, I don't think we did that. Overall, what are you grading the Bears draft? We did round by round, but
I give it a B. Actually, you know what? No, I take it back. I take that back. I give it a C+ because they failed to get a running back by the 4th round.
I'll give them a B. They address some needs. Hopefully we've drafted Cole Kmet's replacement, and then we can look at who else is out there next year to be our other tight end.
We'll be able to get one when they do their cutting before the rosters are final. We'll find one. They can have our third tight end.
Yeah, I think we got coaching this year, so maybe we can coach up some of these players instead of just putting them on the pines and hoping that they're ready to play when their number's called at the middle or the end of the damn season. So,
well, I wanted our GM to stop taking it up the bum and being what word am I looking for? A wet rag, sounding like a wet rag all the time. I mean, my point is, move up, go get us a dog. You let me down last year when you didn't get Jalen Carter. This is why I'm upset, right? So my point is, had he done that, I'd have been happier. Now I gotta sit here if this guy and he's the next, and yeah, we're surprised we got him. I've been listening to this for 4 years, guys.
Yeah, we won the off season again.
So right now, this is a C. This is based on Loveland, and this is based on because we need dogs, bro.
Mm-hmm.
We need guys out there on Sunday when I'm watching the football game. That's what the Jaguars did. Go ahead, Ace.
And another reason I want to fire Ryan Poles is when that guy showed up in town, said he was going to build a team through the draft. He's built it through free agency in this offseason because he couldn't draft. So now you're telling me that these are his damn draft picks? Fire Ryan Poles.
Well, I'm not going to disagree. Squeegee said bear down, Squeegee. And can we get an FGB from every Ace? Can we get an FGB out of you?
Highest level of FGB.
Yeah, I don't understand anybody who can't say FGB. I'm gonna call Donald Trump. Yeah, at the border when they come into this country, you should have them say FGB. It should be mandatory or they get deported.
Yeah, definitely. Right through Florida and Texas.
Yeah, no asylum.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they don't even want you in Wisconsin unless you're a busboy or something.
They're down at FGB.
All right. So we graded the coaching staff. We did the wins. I didn't give you my wins. I'm going with over under 8.5. Do I trust Justin Field? I mean, he's holding that ball.
They're coaching him up.
Missing wide open.
He can't hold the ball in this offense.
He's playing that hero ball, running too much. Show me some stuff though. He's clutch. I give him that. He's clutch.
Generational.
Yeah, he's generational. I'm gonna say 9 games, bro. I'm gonna stay on the homer side. The real me wants to say 8. I want to go on record, but I'm gonna say 9 games because of Ben Johnson.
Man, they won 5 games with Eberflus as coach. We had no idea what the hell he was doing.
That's because they had Justin.
I'm talking about last
1,500 years. Oh, you talking about
last year when they were, it was just a total shit show. So hopefully, with the injection of all these coaches and new players and studs, we got on both sides of the ball. We got an offensive line that'll hopefully hold up through this season, and some backup talent behind them that we can.
The D line looks hardy too, bro.
Yeah, but we can find. I don't think Eberflus knew how to win an NFL game. So hopefully this coaching staff with the experience at defensive coordinator and, the hottest coordinator on the offensive side of the ball, they know how to win a football game.
He was a sexy name. He's generation.
Eberflus was horrible at trying to close games.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Eberflus wasn't even a sexy name. I don't even know where he came from in the first place. Eberflus was never a sexy name.
Why does his name have to be sexy? Now everybody's saying, Indianapolis was about to fire him before the Bears picked him up out the scrap heap and gave him the keys to the damn Cadillac. So
Belinda McCaskey probably met him behind the. Big ups to Belinda McCaskey and the golf course behind in the bathroom at the where they get beers.
Don't say that. Come on. That was his golf partner's son is on the team.
Yeah, big ups to the golf partner's son. All right, Diesel. Anything else you want to add, and then shoot that into your final words, bro.
Final words. Yeah, I mean, really, it's just wait and see now. It's a long time before we get to when do camp start? Like what, August?
Voluntary / mandatory camp.
Yeah, somewhere like beginning of August, end of July. So it's a long way to go.
If you show up, you're going to start. If you don't show up, you're going to be down in the depth chart. They punished me like that at Drop Dead Gorgeous Eisenhower because I was at basketball camp and stuff. But go ahead, Phil. Go ahead. Couldn't do the 3 a days.
They tend to, Eisenhower, you guys got a lot of privilege out there, not being in the inner city. But hopefully they I don't want to see like people trying to. We didn't really discuss it, getting on Caleb for like what he does off the field. You know, because if he's ready to go and he's doing everything this offseason to get better, sky's the limit for them. I don't want to hear no excuses. I don't want to hear no polls bashing, all of that. If the Bears do well, if they're doing well and they're winning, and you give all the people credit who's supposed to get the credit. I still don't know what the hell they was thinking by not getting the running back early because it's gonna hurt them as far as their scheme. But we'll see what happens. It's long, you got the whole summer to go through basically. So we have to see what happens. But draft was a little surprising with some of the picks, but man, I got no problem with it for the most part, other than not getting a running back. But that's it.
Hey man, low key though, I see your boy having a great season, man. Like I said, that was the best season Caleb could have had for such a massive freaking ego. He came in there too confident as to his abilities and what it would take. But they got the right coach on his ass, man. Caleb was like, they was asking about it. He was like, he's been telling me like, I need to be going through my mind, so that way when I get to practice, I'm ready. Go through all this stuff in my mind. Like, bro, yes.
Yeah.
I don't need you out there running around gallivanting. I need you in that playbook going through scenarios in your mind, bro. You couldn't even do that at Bob Hambrick.
Yeah.
Like AMG, the vertical joyride.
Overrated. I never understood the big ups. I don't want no problems. I never understood all that. I ain't listened to. Have you listened to an AMG song in 20 years? That's my point.
Yeah, I did.
The booty up.
Within the last 20 years, it was one he did with DJ Quick, the Fixers. Can you work with it?
My spidey senses is always tingling with everything. They're trying to ram bullshit down my consciousness. You know what I mean? And everybody likes it. I'm like,
but like on the vertical joyride, that's like a song made for Caleb. I can walk through my head and jump through my mind or whatever.
That was a cut. Okay. In fact, I might have to play that.
And Be Better Have My Money was a cut. I mean, that was like, the first AMG. Hey. That album had hits, man. Go back and listen to it. You ain't gonna be saying that when you listen to it.
That is.
It's hits.
So did what's
he like my homie who loved Ed OG and the Bulldogs.
That's a quick produced
like, would you
album,
cut
man.
this off? You know what I mean?
It was a guy from Seattle.
That's a quick produced
Posse on
album.
Broadway.
Posse on Broadway. That was
Mix-a-Lot, yeah. He's still making millions of dollars off that record,
I remember Ant used to come on. He's got the Father MC.
Because he came with
MC.
Mix-a-Lot making him from Baby Got Back. Everybody forget he made Baby Got Back. Mix-a-Lot.
Yeah, that's Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Yeah, that's his biggest record, though. It wasn't Posse on Broadway.
Yeah, but all of that was okay.
Yeah.
Right.
But anyway, Vertical Joyride, that go right into Caleb Williams with his trip,
Well, and then I notice you Sox fans don't mention nothing in your final words. Okay.
I'm not mentioning
about the
nothing
current
about
state of baseball.
Yeah.
All right. The Cubs are 17 and 11. We're 2.5 games in first place. We're 2.5 games in first out there. All right. So you know what I mean? 9-6 at home.
And they've had the toughest schedule in baseball.
And then you go down here to the south side, and playing in that shithole stadium. All right, the best side of town, I might say. 7-20, bro, coming off the worst season ever, and you got to sit there and don't even mention it in your final words.
Yeah, we got a young team.
I don't want to mention them. I don't watch them. I told you I'm not paying extra to watch them.
Got a young team.
You're supposed to be watching them and critiquing them, right?
No, I'm supposed to be watching the Cubs, and
I was doing the Cubs.
No.
That was.
I was. I think no. I never know. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No, you see, you trying to be funny. You
No,
trying to.
I'd
He's
never
trying to
agreed
watch
to watch the White
he's,
Sox.
he's trying to watch the Dodgers.
Bro, I'd rather pour acid down my eyes than watch the Chicago White Sox.
They're just young kids.
They got no
talent.
Nobody. No talent.
No stars.
Why?
I'm surprised they won 7 games. To be honest, they can't
flat,
score. They score 1-2 runs every game. Let's see what they got today.
They fired the president of the team, and it's been downhill since.
Yeah, because he was colored.
Yeah.
How many runs they score today? Oh wow! It's in the 9th inning, and guess what? They got 1 run. That's what they do every day. They just can't score.
They can't score.
Well, at least y'all talked about it. All right, Diesel, man. We're gonna get FGB out of you for you bounce.
No, I'm out.
FGB.
Peace and blessings, my brother. Peace and blessings. All right, Ace. Let's get a close up on Ace Cameron. We want to see his big lips in the screen. Go with your final words out there, brother.
Well, now I got a question before you go. Will the Cubs pony up and re-sign Cal Tucker on the north side of Chicago?
You know what? I had a Cubs fan talking to me about that, and I wanted to say the same thing I'm going to say to you right now. I have no idea. You know what I'm saying? He was like, man, Cal Tucker. I'm like, yeah, who?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That guy's killer.
That's what they say, man. Hey, man, but yeah, like Diesel said, bro, we've been beating the Dodgers, bro, on the road, at home, like,
swept them out of Chicago.
You know?
Yeah.
That's
I love Chicago baseball, but I'm a Southsider. But
Well,
hey, I was happy.
Go ahead.
I was happy when they won the World Series. That's like I was happy when the White Sox won. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, when you wear this in LA, you gotta tell them I'm not a Crip, but I am a Cubs fan.
Oh,
yeah.
They do have a red Cubs jersey. You can't wear that.
It's just
the blue.
it's all questionable.
It's
all right. Go ahead with the final words, here, fella.
My final words. The Bears. I believe they addressed a lot of needs in the draft. It looks like we have a brain trust, contrary to Diesel's opinion, that is using the coaching staff to help garner players and fill out the roster that we had that, players that weren't suited or meant to play on this team for the coaching staff we had. We gave Ryan Poles 3 years with his chat GTP and his his tickling his bum with the computer and his scenarios, and it really hasn't worked out.
Smelling his own farts.
Yeah, I mean, you want to come and tell me what he's done in the last. A trained chimp could either flip the coin and pick Caleb Williams or Jaden Daniels, but he already had his little fantasy affair with
a
Caleb
trained
Williams.
monkey would have re-signed Roquan and Montgomery and helped Justin Fields out. But go ahead.
Yeah, well, he had no interest in helping Justin Fields out. He was looking at, especially once they got in a situation and lucked into that first pick 2 years in a row, he was like, hey, I'm in a situation where I got the keys to the castle. I'm going to get rid of this guy, and I'm going to start building my own team. But unfortunately, the only real cog that he had was my man Caleb, and he had to take a little bit of humble pie last year, and we lucked into Rome Odunze. But you got to win in those later rounds. You got to win in the third round. You got to have some players come up from the second and third round that can potentially be starters or surprise other teams or flash and become solid NFL players. And that's the problem the Bears have faced, that in the later rounds, since Poles has gotten here, we hadn't picked up those players in the third and fourth and fifth rounds where everybody's trying to save money for the Bears and on contracts that can contribute to this team. And those guys are gone. The Velus Joneses are gone. Other players are hurt. I mean, we lost a draft pick on the receiver from Pittsburgh. So there's been questionable moves, but I'm happy to see that we had a draft that looks to address a few positions in this draft, such as tight end, offensive line, um, offensive line, offensive line. Yeah. So hopefully we can continue to build the roster based on the players that Coach Johnson and the coordinator Dick Allen wants to fill out our team. As you get good, you look
Big Dick Allen.
As you get better and you start winning, you lose coaches. You have to pay players, and that's not a situation that you want to fear. That's a situation you want to embrace. You want to be in the playoffs every year. You want to compete every year. If you're in the playoffs in Chicago every year, everybody's making money. The food vendors, the T-shirt salesmen, the team, the NFL, everybody's winning. So to have a general manager come out there and say he fears winning is another reason to fire Ryan Poles. I know we're at a point now where it'll be tough to do, but his contract's coming up either this year or next year, and either you're going to extend him or you're going to leave him as a lame duck.
He's a good kid. It's a family guy. He's nice.
Man, I don't give a damn about being nice. I need a guy that's going to bring some football players in here that kick some ass. When you got a chance to get a Jalen Carter out of the draft, and he falls to you right into your damn lap, and you say, "Oh, yeah, he had a little character. He had a little problem in the off season before the draft. We're going to move off of him and move back and get an offensive lineman. When you could have got a damn all-pro player that just fell in your damn lap based on the other damn GMs being scared. I need a GM that got some damn nuts, and apparently our GM doesn't have a set of cojones. So my final word is hopefully that these moves that the Bears made pan out. I really liked or expected them to draft Tyler Warren, so we'll see what the careers of these two top tight ends come to between Warren and Colston Loveland in the next few years, and who turns out to be the better player. It is what it is. We got Ryan Poles, but we got a coaching staff that hopefully can develop players, which we didn't have before. A coaching staff that knows how to take a team from the opening kickoff to the end of a game, well, to halftime, and then to the end of the game to winning a football game, which I seriously doubt that we had in the last 2 years with the Eberflush coaching staff and his color coordinators that you wanted. But everybody were just inexperienced, and the fact that you didn't want to bring any experience to help you to build your team to develop your players was a error on Flus's part, and it was an error on our general manager's part to sign off on these moves. So my final word is I give the Bears a B for this draft. Hopefully it turns into an A with the ascension of this unstoppable tight end who was supposed to have been the second best player.
Drop dead gorgeous. He was a sexy name in the draft.
Yeah. And the entire draft, hopefully he comes out and he's a star for the Bears. He blocks. He remembers how to do that stiff arm. He stays open. And if our quarterback doesn't want to throw him the ball like he didn't want to throw to plant the ball, then, we got to start looking at what we're going to do at the quarterback position again. Because, indeed, you got two tight ends and a running back, and they're all running around wide open. And you got
wait a minute. Are you saying Caleb Williams is on the clock officially?
Yes. Caleb Williams is on the clock because, let's see, this is his second season. And in Justin's third season, he was on the clock. We were trying to figure out what the hell we were going to do if he was going to.
He didn't start 3/4 of his first season.
Who's
or
that?
60%. Justin.
Oh,
so
yeah.
his third season was really like his second and a half season. But everybody just acted.
Yeah, but he was on the clock. Or what should we do? Oh man, we're gonna have to pay him $50 million. Oh my gosh, what?
It's a going rate for the quarterback. I mean, did you see what Tom Brady was getting paid? Maybe Justin's a bum. We got to pay him the same thing.
We got to pay him the same thing. There's no way we can develop the whole roster and then come back in a later draft with a couple of hauls we could have had and find another quarterback. Maybe we could find a Shedeur Sanders in the first, second round in the upcoming draft. So, yes, I did throw in JF1 because of what happened in Chicago and the haul we could have had, and we could have built this team through the draft just the way the general manager said when he got here. We're going to build this team through the draft. We're going to draft players. We're going to build through the draft. Now here we are, 3 years later. We're signing every free agent we can find to build an offensive line, defensive lines. We didn't draft any guys for the offensive, defensive lines, and we're still looking for players in key positions to build our roster. So FGB, fire Ryan Poles. and bear down. That's my final word.
Hey, bear down, bro. Great final words. Hey, your boy in the chat, Vizo Joe.
Yeah.
Besides Colston and Burden, this draft was bench warmers' depth. Yeah, it definitely adds depth though, and we needed that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Because they're all young players. They all got to be developed. Even your tight end, that's hurt, the shoulder's hurt. They're saying he's got to get stronger. And, everybody's talking about all this route running, and he's just like a wide receiver at the tight end position. It's the NFL, man. It's going to be a linebacker, a fast linebacker out there on him, or a strong safety.
Well, Ben Johnson talked about just what you're talking about, and he was saying so if he goes to 2 tight end sets, if you bring in those linebackers to match, then you're going to be in problem because one of them won't be able to cover one of those tight ends. You know what I mean? Yeah, we'll see. But he's saying it just adds a lot of flexibility. So
yeah, absolutely. But the quarterback got to throw him the ball.
He's generational. Okay,
man.
And no, one thing I'm gonna tell you is this coach is gonna be in his bone.
He's gonna coach him.
Yes, he's gonna coach him.
He's just not gonna give him the keys to the car, and then
this isn't USC.
Whatever we throw at him, he gets it.
No,
he gets it.
We're paying you the money.
Yeah,
we're not here to kiss your bum, kid. You understand? No. We got Shedeur Sanders in here. And let me tell you something, he's out here throwing lasers. This is how my organization would be run.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Vizo Joe said we need a GM like the Eagles and the Ravens GM. Vizo Joe is he's feeling you. He's feeling you.
I mean, come on, man. This ain't rocket science. This guy sucks.
Well, I'm gonna say this. This reminds me of when our Bulls got over the hump of the Detroit Pistons. You knew the sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that you tomorrow. And you knew greater heights were coming. When let me tell you something. I was ready to hang up my Bears fandom.
No.
But when this team came out there was some narrative. Should the Bears tank the Packers game to get a higher draft pick and let Ryan Poles smug it up and move down any freaking way? Or should they win that Green Bay Packers game and lower the FGP, those fudge Packers, lower them in the playoffs, send them reeling? And we all said, win that football game.
Yeah.
And when that Caleb, when they went down there and they beat the Green Bay Packers,
let
me tell you something. My faith in the Chicago Bear Nation was returned.
All right.
So don't forget that. You fire pole guys and blah, blah, blah. We beat the Packers.
Yeah. He had nothing to do with that.
To end our 11-game winning streak.
Yeah.
Losing streak, sorry.
It was our colored coach that got that done.
Colored. All right, as we wrap up today's episode, we've taken a comprehensive journey through the Chicago Bears 2025 NFL Draft, the legacy of the late, great, true NFL Hall of Famer, legend, Steve Mongo McMichael. Rest in peace. Condolences to your family. Thank you so much I enjoyed watching you play the game and your approach to football. You were a mem. And the intricate dance between spots and societal narratives, from assessing the Bears' new talent to honoring the memory of one of the greatest icons who's ever laced them up in the Chicago Bears uniform. We've celebrated both the promise of the future and the richness of our great past. The impact of Mongo McMichael is a reminder that the legends of Spots leave a legacy that transcends the field, touching the hearts of fans and communities. His story inspires us to embrace resilience and cherish the moments that define greatness, time with our family and loved ones, friends, both in the game and in the game of life. Finally, our exploration of Uncle Shannon Sharp's controversies in the world of Spolitricks highlights how sports are more than just a game. They are a reflection of the issues and passions of society itself, a stage where the personal and political often collide. The dialogue doesn't end here. It's part of a larger conversation about how we as fans, commentators, and participants shape the landscape of sports for generations to come. Think about the little ones. Shannon, get yourself some help out there. Maybe get some counseling out there. Until next, or get some hired help. Until next time, keep the passion alive and the conversation going. We appreciate your support and enthusiasm for the pod. If you have any more questions or need further information, feel free to ask or drop a comment accordingly. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and as always, bear down. And until next time,
FGB.
FGB. Bro, that poor and stupid receiver we brought in, bro.
Yeah.
He was talking to him on the phone. He was like, yeah, bear down. I was like, yeah, I like this kid. I hope he talks to Caleb.
Yeah, he didn't come in with the
bear down.
Go Bears.
Go Bears, yeah.
Yeah, like he probably knows what the copper color they're saying across the great Chicago area. Bear down, baby.
Yeah, I mean, every Bear. And I wonder who coordinated the talent we had at the draft. It must have been the NFL. They came out with a Dez White, who predicted that the Bears would be the 2025 NFC North Division champion. And then you had Seth Rollins came out with the championship belt, expounding on how great the Chicago Bears are in front of those Green Bay faithful. I think that, it must have been the NFL that just wanted to spark a little controversy.
They did. And did you hear the Packers booing us every time our name came up?
Yeah, well, that's what they're supposed to do. Because the draft was here in 2015, and when it rolls back around here and the Green Bay Packers name is mentioned here in Chicago, I'm going to boo them to the highest level.
Jim's recovery would be out there cheering for him.
Man, they had two Hall of Fame quarterbacks.
Man, they don't support DEI. Big ups to Jim Recovery. Hey, y'all support Midwest Festivals presents Ancestral Echoes. It's coming.
Ancestral Echoes. Be there, be square.
Mouthpiece included. TATN.
Go Cubs, baby.
Silver Back. Mouthpiece included. Bella Designs.
So you find yourself. Yeah, Bella B Designs 365 at gmail.com. You find yourself sliding through South Central LA. You might be on Florence and Diamond. Lock them doors. Damn, is this where Reginald Denny got bricked? That thing look familiar. Big ups, Reginald Denny. You better watch your back. You might be in the shine. Over east. Sliding down 67.
Mouthpiece included.
Better check your six. Watch your back. Check your blind spot. Use that blind spot assist. Guard your grill. Knuckle up. And don't
forget it, baby.
Don't forget to.
Don't ever forget it.
Don't forget to bring.
Come on, baby.
TATN.